All right, guys. We are up. Here's AMC breaking down at 203s. You got Tesla here on the left. You also have Peloton dropping earnings this morning. You have Kohl's dropping earnings this morning. We'll see what Peloton does. Peloton's sitting at $7, so not looking really healthy, to be honest. Today is NVIDIA earnings day, man. That's a big day. And let me get some music up. What's up, Twin Bar? What's up, guys? All right, so Tesla was originally green, actually just turned red like 5-10 minutes ago. AMC still looking pretty weak. Yeah. AMC data indicates a panic ahead of the ape conversion. Again, we do have Kohl's. We have KSS stock. All right, I'm going to do a poll here like we always do. Yeah, we're going to do a poll. Does NVIDIA beat or miss their earnings today? All right, so yeah, AMC down big, man. All right, so on Friday this week, AMC shares are set to be transformed into common stock just 1 year after the began trading on the New York Stock Exchange. They're also planning a 10-to-1 reverse split of its common stock on Thursday. All this stuff is getting investors prepped today, which is Wednesday. Hey, what's up, Pawn? All right, guys. NVIDIA never misses a single earnings for the past 4 years. Yeah, so if NVIDIA comes in as expected for their earnings, it's going to be the largest earnings report they've ever done. They're going to have more EPS and more revenue than they've ever had in any one quarter. So, yeah, so if they basically, we also have Snowflake today and a bunch of other earnings. I think a lot of people didn't want it, Alan. I think a lot of people voted against it, and that's why we're getting some of these big drops. It's because a lot of people voted against this. All right, drinking my coffee. That's why I don't understand why everyone says we wanted this. Yeah, not everybody did, man. There were a lot of people that did not want this at all. So yeah, there's a lot of people that just did not want this at all. But yeah, NVIDIA earnings, man. All right, guys, AMC up to 205s. If NVIDIA pops 30% again, bears. Yeah, NVIDIA, if we look at NVIDIA here, again, Peloton and Kohl's should be dropping their earnings sometime soon. I think we already had, we also had earnings for Advanced Auto Parts that are already out. Here's AAP, up to $71 a share. NVIDIA right now, currently sitting at 461.20s, 461s. All right, so yeah. Yeah, AMC, man. Again, so Thursday they're set to do a 10-to-1 split. Friday they're set to do the conversion. Hey, what's up, Maximus? What's up, Hayden? The expected earnings for NVIDIA will also be a dump at this point in the market. No, I don't think so. I think if they come in as expected, they're still going to be doing pretty good. Yeah, and so where's Ape at during all this stuff? I know people have been saying there's some arbitrage opportunity between Ape and AMC. Ape at $1.88, so Ape's still doing okay. And again, the conversion happens Friday, and then there's supposed to be a 10-to-1 split on Thursday. So that's kind of what's going on. What's up, CT? What's up, Andrew? I think selling today for AMC, they would technically still be a holder of record for the divvy. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Is it a buy in your eyes, guys? Let me know. Also, do me a favor, bump the like button, hit the sub button on the stream. Again, and we're set to have Peloton drop numbers today. I don't see anything yet. Kohl's, KSS drop numbers today. I don't see anything yet for that one either. Yeah, I'm watching for AMC, man. We're gonna see if we get anything good, man. Again, Nvidia earnings today are the big. That's like a big report. AMC doesn't look good. I would stay away. Might be buying some more today or tomorrow if it keeps falling. Regarding AMC, yeah, it's at 180. Or you might be talking about Ape, right? So yeah, explain the arbitrage opportunity to me. I'm open to hearing it. Are we lagging right now? I hope we're not lagging. Let me know if you're getting any lag. What might be the short interest in AMC right now? I don't know where to get that data. All right, so again, there's Ape and then there's AMC on the right. So AMC right at 207s, Ape at 186s. All right, so again, AMC at 205s. Tesla breaking down right now in pre-market here, guys. So look at Tesla here. So Tesla breaking down. Tesla at 230s right now. And luckily, we scaled mostly out of Tesla yesterday. But it's mostly flat, mostly flat. Apes still trying to move up. Tesla trying. NVIDIA, guys, is also sitting right at 460s. So NVIDIA gapping up a little bit today, although it did slump a lot yesterday. And so the question is, are we going to have a chance to hit 500? All right, so again, Tesla down under 230s at 229.85s right now. Again, NVIDIA sitting at under 460s. We also have building permits, housing start data. I think also we had MBA data just dropped. So I think we got mortgage data just came out. Let's see what mortgages are looking like. Yeah, so guys, so I'm trying to hire a developer, right? Like I'm a front-end developer, but what I'm trying to build is going to be much more detailed than just front-end work. Let me know if you think this is reasonable, right? So like basically what he said was that the pre-development phase was going to cost $30 an hour, right? And like just me telling him what the deliverables were, what the scope of work was, what the cost and timeline for the development, what APIs we're going to use, and so forth and so on, is going to take $30 an hour for 80 hours. And his logic for that is that it's going to take 80 hours. I told him, look, man, I can send you in very big detail in text format what I want there. He's trying to charge me $2,500 just for the planning of the just for the planning of the development. And that seems a little out there for me. I don't mind paying for it, but like I told him, I was like, look, dude, you're charging me under the impression that we would spend 8 hours a day working out these details. And that does not seem to be the case. It's more likely that we would spend an hour or two per day. And so with that, charging me $30 an hour and acting like I'm going to keep you doing this for 2 weeks straight, working all day on just this for 2 weeks straight, and then charging me like I am, just does not seem reasonable to me, And like, it's a big firm. And again, I've never really worked with a big firm like this. I'm mostly just a front end developer. So like, I don't know the standard here, to be honest. But for me, it seemed high. I don't mind paying but to me, it seemed high. It seemed not really the most reasonable request, but maybe I'm wrong. I'm going to have to check with some other people first. What I will say is that one of the things I do like about this person is that I gave him a price, right? And the price was the price was in a 5-figure price, right? So it's not like a cheap deal. And he basically told me no, that he didn't think that what I was telling him was a reasonable price, and that he thought it could be a little bit more, and that he didn't want to lie to me and tell me yes. And he told me a lot of people are just going to say yes so that they could get the deal done. And then later down the line, they're going to ask for more, and they're going to say it was more expensive than they thought, knowing the whole time how much it would cost. And so I do like that honesty aspect of it. But again, I'm having a hard time like seeing it. I don't know. Dude, why is Tesla dumping? Tesla's just been volatile, man. I mean, yesterday, dude, and the day before, Tesla ran up from like 212s all the way to 240s. Now it's back down to 220s. It's just volatile, man. Again, we've traded this one a ton, and we made a bunch of money on this latest run. But yeah. While we wait here, Logan or Danis, do we support? I mean, I think Logan's probably going to win because Danis doesn't have... All right, so did they drop Peloton and Kohl's earnings yet? I know they were supposed to drop. So, okay, Kohl's is out. So Kohl's posted second quarter EPS of 52 cents, beat the 22-cent estimates. Sales of 3.9 billion, beat the 3.69 billion estimates. There's Kohl's right there. Yeah, Tesla is falling fast. The Tesla news. Let me see if we can figure it out. Tesla offering a $500 rebate on new Powerwall installations. Tesla ties with Lexus and U.S. auto consumer satisfaction, but remains below some other people. So an analyst said that Tesla could crash. Okay, an analyst says that this specific thing could crash 2023 EPS by up to 35% below estimates. An analyst pointed to the biggest risk, which would be an overhang on the stock. The biggest risk is the new configurator price cuts. This was said by the futures fund managing partner, Gary Black. Are we lagging, guys? Let me know if we're lagging. But yeah, Black sees the action as reducing Tesla's 23 and 24 earnings by 35% and 27% respectively. He also reiterated his view that discounts on inventory are not the same as configuring price cuts, with the former only impacting current quarter profitability. Basically, he's saying that the price cuts are bad. Yeah, Peloton probably released their numbers. Tesla falling. Peloton probably just dropped their numbers. Bro, and again, I'm not saying I want to be like a short trader. So Peloton posted a fourth quarter loss per share of 68 cents. Are we lagging here? On my end, we're lagging a little bit. I don't know what it is. But yeah, Peloton posted fourth quarter loss per share of 68 cents. Missed the 38-cent estimates. Revenue of 642.1 million. Beat the estimates there. So Peloton came in mixed. Tesla's still falling, guys. Tesla's still dropping pretty brutally right now in pre-market. Peloton released their numbers. They missed EPS. I think they beat sales, though. I think sales they expected 642 or 639. They beat that estimate as well. We'll put these numbers up on the screen so you can see it. There's the link there. And then we're also going to put their EPS, their GAAP EPS up here as well. There it is right there. But yeah, so Peloton, mixed results, missed EPS, beat sales. Again, Tesla falling. Could be what I mentioned here, but I don't know. It could be some sells, but look at Tesla falling fast right now. Tesla's falling quick. I'm looking up news for Tesla to see why this is going on, but I really don't know. Here, let me look on Twitter. Yeah, a lot of people are saying there's negative news coming out for Tesla, but I'm not sure what it is. Everybody's talking about this. All right, so Tesla's German power plant production lowers production target amid slower output, according to Reuters. And this was released this morning. Okay, so yeah, Tesla's German power plant lowers production target amid slower output, according to Business Insider. I'm trying to look up some other news. We also had that analyst saying that their biggest risk right now, and that this dropped like 30 minutes ago, though. I don't see any other news for Tesla, but Tesla is falling fast. It's under 227s right now, under 227s. Lowered production numbers for Germany. Okay, yeah, so that's the same news that I'm seeing according to, here's the news release. If y'all want to see, this is the Reuters report of the news that just dropped. So here's the Reuters report. So here it is right there. That's the Reuters report on why Tesla is falling. Again, so apparently they lowered their production target amid slower output. And they're down to 226 a share, 226. Yeah, and I really do think this Tesla, like if you're going to hold Tesla, it is a trade that you got to just be understanding of and just understand like this thing's incredibly volatile. You just got to be smart. NVIDIA earnings today as well, guys. It's a big day for NVIDIA and the rest of the market too. All right, so again, Tesla, guys, at 227s, 227s for Tesla. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are saying it could be insider trading with these companies, but it's starting to bounce back up. It's over 227 now. Is there an argument for a dip buy here for Tesla? I'm already in some Tesla, to be honest. Should I add more? I'll add a little bit more. But again, I'm already green. You can kind of see this trade. So we just added, or wait, we're not in yet. All right, so we just added another 5 shares. Just fixing the average here. But yeah, if you want to see Tesla, like we're already green on this. You can see we're up about $130 on the remaining. We're down about 60 bucks on the day, but we just added to a piece down here, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, well, NVIDIA is going to be crazy. What's the implied volatility for NVIDIA? I'm not sure right now, Gia. All right, guys. So again, a lot of stories going on today. Tesla down big, AMC dropping. We got NVIDIA earnings later on this evening. We got Kohl's dropping their numbers. They are down right now relative to that report. And I believe Kohl's had mixed results. Let me check to be sure. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but man, Tesla on a free fall right now. All right, so we did a poll. Will Tesla bounce back this morning? Yes or no? Vote on this poll. Here's the poll right now. Vote on it. Tesla going crazy. There's the link right there if you want to check it out. But we did a poll. Vote on that poll. Is it worth looking at the Dixie while day trading? I mean, that's going to be subjective on whether it's worth it or not. Like some people are going to say it's worth it. Other people are going to say it's not worth it. What I will say is, like, I don't think there's that much edge watching the Dixie with the market. I think the Dixie is more of an economic indicator, more so than a day trading indicator. Like, I don't know how profitable it's going to be to watch the Dixie while day trading. I've never tried, to be honest. Like, I'll pairs trade some stuff, but it's not usually the dollar index. The dollar index usually reacts to the market, it's not usually seen as a predictor of it. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Chat, let me know. If you disagree, it's okay. Let me know. And let me know why. I got a feeling NVIDIA going to flop. Yeah, NVIDIA, man. Here's NVIDIA right here. NVIDIA all the way at 458.80s. So NVIDIA was green, really nicely green on the day. You can see so far in pre-market for NVIDIA gapped up in pre-market. So that was strong. And then came all the way back down to the previous closing price. This is one of the reasons, like, team, if you're not watching the previous closing price, you're missing out. Like, look at exactly. So this yellow line is right where the previous closing price was. If you're not watching that, you're missing out. Here's the previous closing price right here. And then you can see what NVIDIA did. It went right down to that level, bounced directly off of it. So yeah, you should be paying attention to the previous close. What do you think about AMC? I mean, I'm going to see how this conversion goes. I've got a small size at AMC. I've never really, like, been the biggest AMC holder, and I think most people know that, but I'm holding some, and I'm not sure what's going to happen, man. No idea, dude. All right, so Tesla bounced up a little bit. It's up to 227s, 228s right now. Let's see if it can hold over that. Cole's trying to bounce as well. E-mini and the NASDAQ dumping. Yeah, we're getting some drops in a lot of different stuff right now. But yeah, NVIDIA earnings today, man. Take a peek at Peloton. Foot Locker dropped a hard. Yeah, I saw Peloton. Peloton down a lot. Foot Locker. I mean, again, guys, like, people underestimate me, man. Like, okay, so one of the things I talked about, right? Here's Foot Locker. And we talked about this and what it meant. Like, I don't know when I talked about this, but this was like months ago. And I told people the truth, which is that I thought Foot Locker would struggle. And I'll explain my reasoning why I thought Foot Locker would struggle. I think Foot Locker is going to struggle and fail eventually for a couple different reasons. Number one is that a lot of shoe purchases are done online now, and you just don't need to go to a brick and mortar store. And while Foot Locker might have an online portal, it's certainly not the preferred choice for consumers in shoes to buy shoes from online Foot Locker store. Most of the time they're buying it from like StockX and all these different platforms, right? And so number one is that brick and mortar overall is starting to fail. Number two is that even the stores that succeed are going to be stores that like there's other stores that are brick and mortar, like Champs and like all these other stores like JD that seem to have much more people in them buying stuff every time I go by them, right? So the traffic in actual Foot Locker stores is dwindling, and I think that's bad news for Foot Locker. I think brick and mortar is going away regardless of his shoes or anything else, and I think Foot Locker is going to struggle. And I said this months ago, and again, Foot Locker gapping down a pretty big percentage just now. It was at like $24, $25 a share. It's now at $16 a share, so it's down a lot. Yeah, Disney all the way at 85.70s. I think we also, like I said, guys, I think we had mortgage rates just drop. Let me see. So we had 30-year mortgage rates. Yeah, they came out at 7.31%. So they increased again. Mortgage rates went up again, guys. Mortgage rates, again, today, this morning, showed 7.31%. That's relative to the last 7.16%. So 30-year mortgage rates are increasing fast. All right, so again, we added some to Tesla. Tesla finally starting to bounce back up a little bit. Look at Tesla here. So Tesla finally starting to bounce up. It's at 228s right now. Went all the way down to 226s, 226.50. Now it's at 228s. And again, I did buy this dip. I added a little bit more to this dip, and so that's nice. And again, we'll just sit. I'm only in 20 shares of Tesla, so it's not like the craziest position. Kids don't want to shop in malls either. Yeah. Yeah, but buying shoes online though, like regardless, and yeah, Foot Locker might own Champs, but I think JD has gotten a lot bigger in the last couple. Like, there's other shoe stores that just have more people, more heads in them every time I pass them by. But no, so regarding the buying shoes online is a dumb thing. What you got to understand, man, is that stores like Foot Locker are going to mostly be propped up by like Jordan sales, right? And I think you have to think about the culture of shoes and understand like what that means for different outlets like Foot Locker, right? Like, what it means is that, number one of the things that's grown crazy fast over the last 10 to 15 years is shoe culture, right? Shoe culture has grown crazy quickly, like crazy fast. And what I mean by that is like people reselling and flipping shoes. That market has had exponential growth over the last 10 years. Like the amount of people flipping and selling shoes has gone up. And so what that means for retailers like Foot Locker is, number one, kids don't need to go to Foot Locker anymore to get shoes. They can go to social media and find somebody flipping shoes. They can go to the internet and very easily find somebody flipping shoes. And a lot of the time they're going to have more in stock and they're going to be more reliable in terms of what they have, what they can find, than Foot Locker is ever going to be. Again, that's a big change, so like a lot of people are choosing to sell shoes and flip shoes as a business, and that is bad for Foot Locker because it means that kids and other shoe buyers and shoe consumers are just not going to need them. They just don't need them anymore, online. And the other thing about shoe sizes and buying online, man, a lot of them are like, say for Jordans, right? Your size in Jordans is going to be universal, so like if you're a 10 in Jordans, it doesn't matter what Jordans you buy, you're still going to have the same size. And so a lot of these consumers are buying shoes that they already know what size they need. It doesn't matter. They don't need to try them on. It's not anything like that. Like, they don't need to try shoes on anymore. They know what size they wear for the specific brands. And even if the sizes vary brand to brand, they still know what size they need in each specific brand. And so again, not as big of an argument as you might think that is.
ISO. Diamond.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's supposed to be instrumentals only, and then every time I put it on instrumentals only, it ends up throwing these songs on there, man. Yeah, I'm not telling anybody to go long. I don't know what you guys want to do. Call me a boomer. I don't get shoe culture. I buy when I need a pair. Yeah, I mean, I feel you, man. I mean, I like shoes, bro. I'm like really, I'm an Air Max type of person. Like, I like Air Maxes. And like, I grew up in that type of thing, but I'm also not one of those people who just don't want their shoes to get dirty. Like, I don't want my shoes to get dirty, but like, I'm not going to baby my shoes and never put a scratch on them. That's an uncomfortable way to live, And like, I don't care enough about how my shoes look to really worry about it. I don't have time to make sure my shoes are like pristine all the time. But and again, I'm not knocking anybody that does, man. Again, I'm not judging. I get it. Everybody has different passions, and I can understand and respect that. Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, I'm sure theft is it can get out there too. All right, guys, and again, AMC at 203s, guys. Tesla turning all the way back down. Is this going to start a longer-term downtrend for Tesla here, man? Tesla coming all the way back down. It's at 226s right now, 226s. All right, guys. So yeah, AMC back up to 206s. Back up to 206s here. We'll see if it holds. Yeah, and for me, for Tesla, I really can just kind of, I get sneakerheads. I like sneakers, you know. Again, you got to understand, like, for something like that, it's the culture of, like, it's the economy of it, man. So, like, a lot of people like trading because you can make money in it. A lot of people like sneakers in the same way, right? So a lot of people like trading because they can make money in it. They like sneakers in the exact same way, where they can buy sneakers, flip them, and make 50% or make 25% or make 40%. And they can wear them in between that, or they can keep them, you know, safe. But that's why that culture and that economy has grown and grown and grown, is because, again, you can make money doing it. And that's what people, you know, when you have passion and money mixed together, it creates these big, you know, these big things. And that's what sneaker culture has grown to be, which is, it's an economy. Like, people make money with it. Hey, all good, AB. I get the resale part. I don't get who would pay 100 plus for shoes. I mean, honestly, dude, every shoe, like the last shoes I bought were like 120 bucks, 130 bucks. And so if you buy any type of sneakers, you're going to be paying 100 bucks for them, you know, right now, at least. If you're buying Nikes, you know, unless they're like the bargain bin Nikes, which, again, I'm not judging. Listen, when I grew up, my dad was very cheap, very cheap. I appreciate it more as I've gotten older, because now I'm not saying I'm cheap, but I'm certainly, like, I certainly budget. When I was young, I never understood. Like, my dad would make me get shoes at Walmart, and, like, you know, he would always go with like the value bargain things, and he would always haggle with people, and, like, I never understood it. And he wasn't, like, my dad was successful. Like, you know, we were, you know, like, he did well. We weren't like super rich, you know, but he did okay. But he still bargained, and he's still, you know, he's still very budget aware. And, you know, again, I hated it as a kid, because I used to have to wear, you know, Walmart shoes and all that stuff, which kids do. And I don't even necessarily treat my kids like that. Like, because, like, I buy my kids, if they want some shoes, I buy them the shoes. You know what I mean? Like, I always remember wanting, you know, and so, but my dad being like that made me a lot more budget aware as I gotten older. You know, I got some members of my family that are really good with money. I got some members that are just not good with money. And, like, my goal is to not be like the ones that aren't good with money. You know? When you have a parent that is terrible with money and they're constantly asking you for money, I don't know. I just know I don't want to be like that. You know, I don't want to be in that situation. Yeah, if you want shoes, it's going to be $100. All right, guys. Tesla bouncing up a little bit. AMC still trying to come back some here too. Again, we do have building permit data as well today, guys. Yeah. Yeah, so again, Tesla back up to 227. So again, let's take a peek at Nvidia. Nvidia releases their earnings today, so they're still green on the day. They're bouncing back a little bit. If we look at like the SPY or the Q, very common trend in all of these things. So like here's the SPY, here's the Q. They all look kind of the same, where they gapped up, they pulled back and came all the way back down to the previous closing price, and then they bounced back up again. The Q, the Nasdaq hitting 364s. But again, here's AMD, or here's Nvidia, here's AMD. Chat, I'm in a position long in Nvidia. Should I sell after earnings or before? What y'all thinking? Yeah, I have no idea, Sky. I really have no idea. And it really is something that I'm not going to tell you what to do because I have no idea what's going to happen. I remember getting my Xmas in school year clothes at the flea market. Yeah. Again, I hated it at the time. But in hindsight, I can appreciate it. You know, because again, I know some people that were just given anything they could possibly want growing up. Usually those people are they're not balanced. They don't understand money. They don't respect or appreciate money, and they usually just wildly spend it. And I don't want to be that. All right, so again, AMD is another one to pay attention to here, guys. So AMD is one that we probably want to watch. All right, so again, let's look at NVIDIA here. So again, NVIDIA still green on the day. Still somewhat green at 458.75, so still somewhat green. Again, we also have building permit data in about an hour. So we do have building permit data in about an hour. All right. Taxes suck. I'm going to tell you guys that. Taxes are no fun. John, do you have some news about Polestar, please? Hey, guys, are y'all lagging at all, team? Just a quick question. Are y'all lagging at all? Yeah, I'm Polestar. I don't know any Polestar news. PSNY, is it moving? Like there's news on it. Again, Tesla bouncing back up a little bit here, guys. So again, Tesla back up some. Tesla back up some, but still had this massive breakdown. Yeah, Foot Locker down a lot. All right, so we asked people this morning, will Tesla bounce back? 53% said yes, 47% said no. Again, it's a big day, guys. It's a big day for NVIDIA. So NVIDIA earnings tomorrow. Yeah, NVIDIA earnings today, man. An absolutely huge day. All right, guys, we're at 227s here. 227s team. Yeah, NVIDIA earnings, man. What an influential thing. This is big for a lot of different reasons. And again, the reason NVIDIA earnings are so massive is because NVIDIA has been what has pumped up the market this year. So like NVIDIA has been what's drugged the market up. The best way to look at this, guys, is to look at a long-term chart. Like here's a daily chart on NVIDIA, and then here's a daily chart on like the NASDAQ, right? So here's a daily chart on the NASDAQ. Here's a daily chart on NVIDIA. It's no coincidence that we put in lows at relatively the same point of time. And then NVIDIA, which is like the number 4 weighted stock in both the S&P and the NASDAQ currently, the number 4 weighted stock in both the S&P and the NASDAQ has shot up, pushing up huge percentages. Again, NVIDIA has gone from like $100 all the way to almost $500. They have 5x'd just since October. All right. And if you look at what the Q, which is the NASDAQ, has done, it has followed NVIDIA up to a certain extent. And so what this means is that the market is being propped up specifically by AI. You know, the market's being propped up by AI. It's being propped up by AI and tech strength. And again, we've seen Microsoft, we've seen NVIDIA, we've seen AMD, we've seen a lot of these stocks really surge up over the last year or so. And now with this earnings report coming out, because of all the stuff I just said, this will have a big degree of influence over markets. You know, like for instance, if we get really good numbers, the market might fly. Like the market might go up heavy. If we get really bad numbers, the market could tank. The market could crash. I mean, for all we know, if the numbers are really bad and they miss big, the market could crash. What I do know is that NVIDIA numbers, if we come in as expected, are going to be, again, if NVIDIA numbers comes in as expected, if NVIDIA comes in as expected, then that will be the best EPS report that they've shown. If NVIDIA comes in as expected, it'll be the best EPS that they've shown ever. If they come in as expected for revenue, it will be the largest quarterly revenue they've ever shown as well. And so again, they could break records on the upside for relative to what they previously posted if they come in good. And so even if we just come in as expected, we're still going to do better. That's going to be the largest EPS value and the largest revenue value quarterly that we've ever seen. And so, yeah, we'll see what happens here. Another big story today, guys, is AMC. Okay, Raphael, man, listen, dude. Like, Raphael, man, you seem super emotional, bro. Like, spam in the chat, dude. Like, I'm not, I don't have to say how many AMC shares I have, man. What it genuinely seems like, man, sometimes, Raphael, is that you get so emotional about these positions. Like, number one, I tell everybody not to copy me. I have no idea what anything's gonna do, man. And like what happens is, like, when these stocks go up, you're silent, but when they drop down, you get almost like aggressive, man. It's kind of out there, dude. It's kind of toxic, bro. Like, I'm gonna be honest, it's kind of toxic, dude. So just a friendly warning, Raphael, chill, dude. Again, chill. Again, if you think I'm certainly one of the people pumping up AMC, you're wrong. You can ask anybody here. I'm certainly not pumping up AMC. If anything, I've probably brought to light the flaws of AMC and the flaws of that community more than in, a lot of other people. So just chill, man. Anyways. Yeah, I mean, every day it's the same thing. Yeah, it's weird, dude. It's weird, man. It's like a stock can pump up. Like number one, like what do I always say? Don't copy me. I have no idea what anything and everything is gonna do. Not an investment professional. No idea what's gonna happen, bro. Like AMC, dude. Don't get mad at me about AMC, man. Get mad at something else. You know, like again, my AMC trade is very small, and so yeah, it shouldn't matter. And it just seems emotional, Raphael, to be honest, man. What's up, Yair? Again, AMC started to push up. It's at 208s. Again, NVIDIA at 457s, 458s. Yeah, and I've told you before, Raphael, like, listen, man, it's fine to be here. But, like, again, what happens is, like, what it almost seems like you're doing is waiting to find stocks that I say I like and then waiting for them to drop and then getting really critical when they do. You know, and again, if that's the case, you're not going to last super long here. And again, AMC is really not one of the stocks that I've been pumping up. I think there's a lot of risks. I think the problem with the AMC community is that they've held on too long. And I'll probably sit on my shares again. I don't mind holding AMC long term with the amount of shares that I have. Like I'm risking a couple $100 total, and so holding something long term. My portfolio right now has got about 60K in it. So I mean, you know, I don't know what AMC is going to do. I know I'm probably just going to sit in it, though, you know. Blame Adam 22. I don't think that's the case. Because I'm already in the stocks. Well, it's because we answer the question, Raphael, and then you keep saying the same thing over and over again, and it's like aggressive, you know. And again, it's all good here, bro. Like again, it's all good. But just chill, man. Chill. You know, like if you're in a position right now that's going to make you super emotional, any position that makes you emotional probably is not a good position, regardless of the stock. You know, so take appropriate size to where you're not super worried about it like this. Because again, this has happened with Disney. It's happened with AMC. Again, what I will say is like if you're in positions that are that large, that got you that emotional about short-term price action, like stocks swing, man. Stocks go up and down, bro. Like some stocks are going to go up, some stocks are going to go down. You don't want to be in any position that's so large to where you're emotional or aggressive. You know what I mean? Again, I'm just trying to help, man. It's all good. It's all love here, bro. Yeah, AMC's doing a reverse split. I don't think it's today. I think the reverse split is going to be Thursday. So I think it's tomorrow that they're actually doing the reverse split for AMC. And I think Friday they're going to do their ape conversion. That's what I heard. So I heard it was going to be tomorrow for AMC's reverse split. And then the conversion was going to be Friday, but I might be wrong. Yeah, and again, I'm in AMC. I'm just going to hold it. But like, you know, just everything will be all right, you know. Yeah, I just don't ever want to be in a position where people are mad at me for stocks going up or down. That's why I preface the stream as much as I do with, "Hey, I'm not an investment professional. Don't copy me." I really don't want anybody to copy me because I don't want stuff like that. I don't want people getting mad at me when stocks go up, down, or sideways, man. Again, I'm down like $100 in my swing trades, but yesterday I was up hundreds, and so you know we're okay. If you want to see a snapshot of my swing trades, here's my swings on the day, and you can see how much stuff we're holding on the day too. Like this is our swing trade / investment trade. We're down $120, you know, so we're okay. Not the end of the world. Every day's not green. Now, so today's Wednesday. We got NVIDIA earnings today. Here, the fact with Tesla, y'all, Tesla would not bounce until NVIDIA beats. If not, bye-bye everything 200 and lower for Tesla. Really? You think that's the case? How much do you think there's going to be sympathy for Tesla and NVIDIA? That's a good question. Like, what's the sympathy for NVIDIA and Tesla? Do you think they're going to move with each other heavily, or do you think they're just going to slightly move with each other? Like, I'm sure if we get like a big release, the whole market's going to be weighed or pumped by NVIDIA earnings. So like if we get a big report, like if we get a huge beat, the market, most of the market's probably going to go up with it. Like large blue chip companies, or at least tech, like the NASDAQ, stuff like that, they're probably going to go up with it. If we get a huge miss, it's probably the opposite, where we're going to get a big, downward pressure on the markets overall. And again, NVIDIA is a heavily weighted stock. It's number 4 in terms of weight on the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ. So it's basically, out of all the stocks in the S&P 500, NVIDIA is number 4 in terms of heaviest weight. So there's only 3 other stocks that have a heavier weight in the S&P than NVIDIA does. And I think it's the same for NASDAQ. I think NASDAQ 100 is the same thing. Out of 100 of the largest stocks on the NASDAQ, NVIDIA is number 4. So heavy weighted stock will influence markets. And again, their earnings dropped today, this evening. Yeah, I mean, Raphael, man. It's again, I don't really want to keep arguing about it because I think it kind of hurts the stream a little bit, man. But what I will say is, like, this isn't the first time that you've acted like that, where it's like, again, I feel like there's some stocks that go up, 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 and then when they dip a little bit, you're here and you're upset about it. And I've told you this before. You want to be less emotional about short-term price fluctuations, man. And again, if you're in positions that are causing you to be that emotional, you want to scale down your size, brother. You should never be in a trade that gets you really emotional on like short-term price fluctuations. Now, you should always have risk levels, and you got to be understanding of like where you got to get in and where you got to get out. But like, scale down your size if down days get you upset, this much. Because if you want to know what kind of size you should take. If the trade is making you worried, like incredibly worried, if your heart's beating fast, if you have butterflies in your stomach, you're probably trading too large of size. And that's probably an inconvenient truth for most people, for a lot of people in trading, at least. That's probably not a fun answer, because what that means is that a lot of people are out here gambling, instead of just taking calculated risks. A lot of people are doing this for the rush and the butterflies in their stomach. And so if I'm telling them, hey, your job is to not have that. Your job is to not have that rush, to not have those butterflies in your stomach. That's going to mean a lot of people are going to have to look it in the eye, which means that they're gambling a little bit. And again, the point is not to gamble, guys. It may be, again, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But trade smaller. I think a lot of people are trading way too large relative to their account size. And that causes them to be really emotional and really, just watching the market every day super closely. If we get downward pressure, all that good stuff. And regarding AMC, I don't know. I really don't know what we're going to get. Yeah, Jackson Hole is really big as well. So Jackson Hole, guys, so if you don't know what Jackson Hole is, the Jackson Hole Economic Symposium is this Friday, right? So this Friday, we're going to stream the entire thing. That's a really big report. So what the Jackson Hole Economic Symposium is, it's an annual meeting where they're talking economics, and Powell gives the opening remarks on Friday. So Powell gives the opening remarks on Friday's Jackson Hole conference. And that's big, and that'll be really interesting. A lot of people are going to be paying attention to this. A lot of people are going to be watching it. And again, we're going to be streaming it live. And Jerome Powell's comments should influence the market. And so I don't know how much they're going to influence the market, but we should influence it some at least. And again, Apple was a trade that I got in the other day, and that one's been treating me right as well. I don't know if I should take profit or not, but Apple's up in a good amount today as well. We got 40 shares of Apple. I'm gonna lock in just a little bit. lock in 25% of that position since we can. My average price on Apple is about $176. We're at about a 178. Also got Microsoft and PayPal back up today. So my PayPal trade, bro, is a one that I've been in for a minute now. And it's been doing great. Like, we're basically flat on the PayPal trade. And this thing dipped all the way back down to 57s. And so, yeah, we're still in that one as well. We'll see what happens. I'm new to the stream. Hi, everyone. I was thinking, what if someone inside NVIDIA knows something negative or positive and bought shares from within the company? Can that happen? Yeah, I mean, of course that can happen. But I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying it can. What time is this meeting on Friday? It's in the morning. Yeah, everybody just be nice. Don't troll. More people, please. And thank you. What's up, Tony? NVIDIA soon under 400? Maybe. I mean, NVIDIA, man, has been on a tear. Again, Tesla's been falling down a lot. It's kind of consolidating now. We almost have a bear flag right here. So, like, look at this bear flag. So, like, look at this Tesla bear flag. Is this a bear flag? I don't know. You see, it's kind of an upside down flag. Is this a bear flag? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, insider trading can and will happen. Who's doing it? We don't know. But it certainly could happen. Tesla's still consolidating around these lows. John, what is bigger, Jackson Hole or NVIDIA? I know generally NVIDIA is usually like a large report. I think NVIDIA will have a much more direct influence over markets. Jackson Hole, I mean, the last time I covered it was a year ago, and my channel was smaller a year ago. We've grown a lot in the last year. And so if we're basing it off of last year's numbers, NVIDIA earnings are much larger. But again, lately we have gotten some pretty big like stuff from these press conferences. And so, you know, I'm not sure. I used to have 3 million in Dogecoin. Now it's 50K. What happened? What happened is you refused to take profit. You refused to cut your trades. You sat on a meme token for 5 years that has depreciated massively over that period of time. Basically, you got greedy. This person, I kind of feel bad. This person said, quote, "Every day I wake up depressed, not sure how to change this. Nothing gets me excited. I have no passions. Literally just praying for something comes to me." Yeah, I mean, I feel for it, man. One thing I always tell my kids, and I tell my wife, is that you got to have stuff you're interested in. You got to have passions. If you're not interested in anything, life gets dull. You always got to have passions. You always have to have interest. If you don't have interest, your life gets boring. And I'm one of those people who I need a new project to work on. Like, I'm one of those people that needs new projects, and I get bored. Again, we're at 227s here, guys. 227s on NVIDIA or on Tesla right now. NVIDIA's still trying. And again, guys, here's a request. I want to know So again, I'm hiring these devs to do something outside of like markets. Like it's not really market related. It's not really finance related. Like it's a different project, right? And so I'm hiring these devs, and like the scope of the project is fairly large. Like it'll be probably a 5-figure project, right? So it's like a big project. Well, like I'm hiring these devs, and I'm a developer myself, like, but it's mostly just front end because I'm not really great at back end work. If for my non-progress out there, front end work is basically like design work. It's like creating how it looks, like user interfaces and stuff like that, right? That's front end work. There's different front end languages like React, React Native, JavaScript. JavaScript and React to React Native is mostly what my specialty is. But anyways, so I'm hiring these developers, and the developer, I interviewed him yesterday, and he basically says that the pre-development analysis, which just includes me explaining the deliverables, the scope of work, the business revenue model, the cost and timeline for the development, the APIs and all that stuff. He said that that's going to be 80 hours of work, right? No development actually being done. Basically, me just explaining to him what I need is going to be 80 hours of work, and that he wants to charge me $30 an hour for 80 hours of work based off of just explaining these things to him. And so my response to him was like, look, dude, you charging me $30 an hour is under the impression that we would spend 8 hours a day working out these details for 2 weeks. And like that just does not seem to be the case. More likely we would spend an hour or two per day, maybe explaining to you at least with that. Charging me $30 an hour and saying it's going to be every day, all day work does not seem reasonable. I'm not going to be able to sit with you for 8 hours a day, bro. It's just a hard ass to ask me to pay basically $2,400 just for planning. I was like, I could probably send you most of these explanations very quickly in text format, and we could spend a couple hours finalizing that. But that's not going to be 80 hours, bro. And so it just, I have a very difficult, it's not that I don't have the money. I have a difficult time paying $2,500 to just explain something to somebody. Like, again, I'm just not really about that. And I almost feel like he's trying to, he's seeing if I'm dumb enough to accept it. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Again, but for all my other devs out there, am I wrong here for being like, bro, what? 80 hours of work, dude. Like, come on now, man. Without any development or anything, bro. I'm also very hesitant to pay anybody hourly. I'd rather just say, yo, I'll give you X amount for this project. I'm not going to get into hourly work because that's where it starts to really add up, and they stretch it, and they stretch it, and they stretch it. Anyways, Nvidia started to bounce back up. It's almost up to 460s. Yeah, 80 hours, Kaylee. That's what I'm saying, bro. I'm like 80 hours. Now, again, this is not a small project. Again, it's 5 figures. It's going to cost 5 figures, right? So it's not a small project. But like 80 freaking hours, bro. Like that's what I told him. I heard that. I double taked. I was like, what? 80 hours? Again, I think he's just trying to get money from me. Is what I think it really is. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't think it's reasonable. And that's what I told him. I said, look, man, I'm just not that. It's very difficult to get me to do this. Like, I just don't know. Yeah, they would have zero incentive. Yeah, $30 an hour is cheap if you're comparing it to other dev work, sure. But number one, I don't mind paying for this, right? But when I pay for something, I don't want to spend $2,500 on just planning work. Like, again, I could write out exactly what I need from him in a really detailed and understandable way in about an hour or two. And he would know exactly what I want, exactly what I need. The API, like finding different APIs is fine. I understand that. Like finding other APIs, like that does take some work. And I'm okay with paying that as well. But it's not going to take more than, I would say it's not going to take more than like 20 hours to do that. And if he hit me with 20 hours, I would say fine, done. And I probably would have already done it. But he hit me with 80 hours, which is kind of like, whoa, dude. Like, you're not going to sit here with me for 8 hours a day, every day for 2 weeks. Like, that's not what you're going to do, man. And if that's how long it's going to take, I don't know if I want to do it. But yeah, I think he's just trying to milk it. I think I mentioned I have this YouTube channel. I think I told him about my YouTube channel, and then he figured that, oh, well, this dude makes money. He's, let me see what I can get him for. That's what I think it really is. Right, exactly, Jay. That's the only thing. Yeah. Well, no, I told him yesterday, like we did the interview with this dude, and I told him yesterday, I was like, hey, we did the interview with him, and I told him as soon as I was like, okay, I was like, hey man, listen, I'm gonna get some other quotes, is what I told him. He was like, well, is there any reason you don't want to move forward with this today? And I told him, I was like, yeah, man. I was like, listen, to be honest, 80 hours of prep work, charging $30 an hour for just prep work, basically me just explaining what I need to you, is out there. And I was like, that's going to be a very hard thing for me to accept. And I was like, maybe I'm wrong. I even told him, I was like, look, I'm going to go shop around. I'm going to go interview a couple other people. And if what you're telling me is reasonable, even if it's slightly more expensive than these other people, I might go with you. But I'm going to go get some other quotes first. I was like, that's the responsible thing to do. And so that's what I'm going to do, I think. But man, freaking 80 hours. And again, maybe I'm wrong. I've never really, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. I think that's kind of an out there thing. SPY might be stuck in a range from 435 to 450. Yeah, I know how to do APIs, bro. I've built a lot of different stuff. Like I know how to pull APIs. There's different API marketplaces. Like there's all that, and it's not really a finance related application, so it's not really like trading or finance related. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, maybe he's telling the truth. I don't know. All right, so again, NVIDIA earnings are the most important part of today for sure. The real question is, with a lot of PE ratios being sky high, NVIDIA PE ratio right now is like, I think it's like 100 and something, which is very high. Like a good PE ratio is like 20. And so NVIDIA's PE ratio being hundreds means that NVIDIA could be argued as overpriced. But if the earnings today come in justifiable for that, then it'll confirm what a lot of people want, which means that AI is here to stay, and that's going to have a direct and noticeable influence over markets. So again, we'll see, but it should be fun, man. I don't think it's 237. Again, I did my own math calculation here the other day. And so I did my own calculation here the other day, right? So for NVIDIA earnings, right? If we use last 4 quarters, all right, so yeah, if we look at NVIDIA and we use the last 4 quarters, and so for NVIDIA here, guys, right? So if NVIDIA here reported 109 plus, okay, 109 plus 88 cents plus 58 cents plus 51 cents. All right, so that gives a trailing yearly EPS value for NVIDIA of $3.06, right? You take NVIDIA's current price, again, 306. You take their current price at 458 divided by 306, and you get a PE ratio of about 150, right around 150. You could round up to about 150, right? So it's not in the 200 range. I don't know why they're saying 200s. Again, I don't think that's accurate. I think this is, this is the trailing yearly EPS PE ratio is what this is. So this is the trailing yearly PE ratio. It's about 150. Again, 150 is very high, right? But again, what they're expecting is 209. And so what they're expecting is 209. So say we come in at 209 EPS value, right? So let's drop the last quarter off. We'll do 58 plus 88 plus 109. And then we'll do the newest one, which is plus 209. Right? So that gives us a trailing PE ratio, or a trailing EPS value of 4.64. You do 459 divided by 4.64. And that would make NVIDIA's PE ratio under 100. It's still high. It's still really high relative to like a lot of other stocks, as well as like relative to what is considered good, because a good PE ratio is, again, like 15 to 30, I would say. So 100 PE ratio is still high. But if we come in good, again, maybe we'll get some big upward movement and we'll see what happens. And if we come in better than that, we'll see. But that's why today's data release is important. That's why people are paying attention to it. That's why people are watching this, is because it's going to give a huge influence over AI overall. It's going to give big influence over AI overall. A lot of people are watching it. A lot of people are paying attention to it. And NVIDIA bounced it up a little bit. Tesla is still consolidating down. It's still down, but doing a little bit better. Yeah, Apple up. We took a little bit of profit in Apple here as well. So the TTM, the trailing 12-month PE ratio, is the current share price divided by the last 4 quarterly EPS values, which is exactly what I just did. That's exactly what I just did. So yes, that's correct in terms of what the trailing 12-month PE ratio is. Apple does not crash. Apple is very stable. Yeah, I'm in Apple right now too. But again, NVIDIA going up. Again, we are at 459s, 459s here. Yeah, AMC, guys. So again, the AMC schedule for this week. Again, so AMC is set to do I believe they're set to do the conversion on Thursday. So tomorrow they're set to do the conversion, the ape conversion. Plus, they are set to do so they're set to do the conversion plus oh wait, did building permit data drop already? Did I miss building permit data? I might have. Building permits are the biggest release. But yeah, so AMC is set to do the ape conversion Thursday and then a 10-to-1 split Friday, or 10-for-1 split Friday. Okay, so yeah, building permit data did drop. So building permit data dropped right at 8 a.m. It came in at 1.443 million versus 1.442 million expected. We also have manufacturing and services PMI data coming out today at 9:45, and then new home sales at 10, and then NVIDIA earnings later on today as well. So a lot of different things coming out and dropping. Yeah, I mean, Casey, Google's your friend, but I'm not really going to argue about it. Again, you can type in how to calculate the TTM PE ratio. And again, the first thing that it says is the trailing 12-month PE ratio is the current share price divided by the last 4 quarterly EPS values. TTM PE is easy to calculate because companies declare the financial results, including EPS, every quarter. Again, you can look at Investopedia.com, which is an obviously good source. And it will say the same thing, which is that the trailing TTM adds up the last 4 quarters and then divides that by the share price. Hey, bud. How you doing, man? Love you, buddy. Hey, I'm proud of you. You did great yesterday, okay? Love you, bud. All right. Thought the reverse split was tomorrow. I might be wrong. Again, I thought the data... Tesla popping up a little bit, guys. Look at Tesla bounce. Again, look at Tesla bounce up a little bit. Tesla back up to 228. But yeah, I have to see the schedule. So the reverse split might be tomorrow, and then maybe the conversion is today or Friday. It's Thursday and Friday are the 2 releases for AMC. I'll have to check to see exactly what they show, but I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Thursday and Friday are the 2 big days. Today we have NVIDIA earnings, but yeah. I heard you say Tesla might pop up strong. Yeah, the Germany news came out about their price increase or their price cuts is what it was. Again, Tesla bouncing up. Yeah, the PE ratio. The trailing 12-month PE ratio, which is TTM, which stands for trailing 12-month, is adding up the last 4 quarters of EPS and then taking the current share price and dividing that number by the share price, right? Whatever that number is. Good morning, John, and all analysts are very positive on NVIDIA earnings. Yeah, so a lot of people are expecting beats, regardless of whether we come in as expected, under expected numbers. It really is something where, and again, maybe I'm wrong about the trailing 12-month PE. I don't know. Again, I know you can type in Google here. The trailing 12-month PE is the current share price divided by the last 4 quarterly EPS values. The trailing 12-month PE is easy to calculate. Again, though, we can agree to disagree. And it honestly looks like places, again, here's Forbes. Yeah, again, here's Forbes showing the same thing. The TTM price to earnings ratio, also commonly referred to as trailing PE. This measures a company's PE ratio over the previous 12 months. It's calculated by dividing the current stock price by the earnings per share EPS for the last 4 quarters. By looking at the PE ratio, you can get a feel for how expensive it is. Again, my question here, and again, maybe I'm wrong, but I guess my question is, so if you're saying the PE ratio is taking the last quarter's EPS and dividing that by the current price of the stock, why would they call it a trailing 12-month PE ratio, right? What would the trailing 12-month mean if they're just going to take the last quarter and use that as the factor? You know what I mean? Again, maybe I'm wrong. Chat, let me know what you guys think. Maybe I'm wrong. Again, I don't know. But I certainly know it's most of the places that I'm looking, including Forbes, are doing it the way I'm doing it. But again, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Tesla bouncing back a little bit here, guys. So we did add to Tesla. Our average price is $220 on Tesla, and Tesla's bouncing back really nicely. The AMC will go below $1 this year. I don't know, man. Maybe. Yeah, I did notice that, Pawn. Yeah, again, we could agree to disagree. It's all good, bro. Again, we're starting to bounce up on Tesla. And so we'll see. Again, I added a little bit of Tesla. We're also looking at NVIDIA today, of course. Watching Target. Snapchat. Where's Snapchat at, man? Snapchat looks like it's at 9. I'm still kind of interested in buying Snap, and I might add a little bit more to Snap right now. Fix my average a little bit because I think I can. Let's see if we get a 9 something average here. There we go. All right, so we got like 50 shares to Snapchat. We just added a little bit to that position. Again, look at Tesla bounce though. We still have to watch NVIDIA, and again, NVIDIA is going to have a wild influence over markets. Do we have any data dropping at 8:30 today? No, so no data dropping at 8:30. We got Canadian retail sales data coming out, so maybe that'll be a big influence. I don't know. But I know today's a big day. NVIDIA 432 up flying away for the rest of the week. Yeah, NVIDIA, again, the question is, do we hit 500 this week on NVIDIA? And it's close. Again, it's close. NVIDIA currently at 460s, and so it could hit that. I don't know. Again, Tesla at 228 right now. So again, right at 228, we'll see if Tesla holds, man. Tesla had some news regarding Germany, and this is ultimately what dropped the stock. So again, and a lot of people are saying this news was FUD. Again, let me know if you believe it. I don't really like the word FUD, but a lot of people are saying it's that. And again, the news here, again, Reuters reported that Tesla's Germany plant lowered production target because of slower output, according to Business Insider and Reuters. And so again, possibly that is what's causing these drops. A lot of people are speculating that is what's causing these drops. Again, I really don't know. But Tesla dropped noticeable over the last couple minutes, or over the last hour or so. And yeah, I don't know what we're going to get. We'll see if Tesla holds at 228. It's right down there. It bounced from 227s up to over 228s, and it's sitting there now. We're also keeping an eye on AMC. There's AMC. It's right around 201s for AMC. So it's right around that spot. NVIDIA is in a unique position that they are the only company that has the beast GPUs to run these AI companies. Yeah, for sure. And again, they're expecting their greatest EPS quarter ever. They're expecting their greatest revenue quarter ever. If we come in as expected, that's going to be the largest EPS and revenue quarter they've ever done. All right, so again, right around 228 for Tesla is the interesting spot. We're looking at a lot of other stuff as well. Should I buy NVIDIA till after earnings? Nobody knows, Sky. I'm certainly not going to tell you what to do, of course. Yeah, guidance is going to be big. Mullen, a better option. Yeah. Yeah, guys. AMC at 201s. Well, AMC hold it $2 a share. All right, so we did bounce right at that 228 level on Tesla, right at that 228 level. We're up to 228.30s. Have you ever do options? Yeah, I've traded options before. Wait, how can you buy or sell now if market is not open yet? Well, because it's pre-market action, and you can buy or sell at pre-market. Yeah, again, KC, like, we're not talking about it anymore, man. Like, I'm not sure. I'm not sure why, again, it's all good, dude. Again, I'm not really trying to argue about it anymore, man. We've moved on from that convo a long time ago. Dramatic Bull. Hey, what's up, dude? What's up, Han? Yeah, we're watching a couple of these, dude. I'm up a little bit in Apple. Pre-market means only electronic transactions. Yeah, well, pre-market is just a little bit lower liquidity part of the market. Yeah, all good, Khalid. So there's less people buying and selling in pre-market sometimes. So pre-market is just a little bit, it's not the main market hours where we have full opening bell. And the reason it's not the main market hours is because there's a few reasons. Number one is you can't use market orders. So you can't get in and out in the most liquid way in pre-market. You have to use limit orders, which means that like algorithms are going to be less rampant in pre-market, as well as like there's just going to be less liquidity in pre-market. You're still going to be able to trade, but all brokers don't allow you to trade. And so that limits transactions in terms of specifically brokers as well, because some brokers allow you to trade in pre, some brokers allow you to not trade in pre. And so, yeah, there's a lot of reasons, but overall pre-market is open. I believe, like, depending on what platform you lose, it's open from like 4 a.m. to 9:30. That's, you can see it's the gray area on a chart right here. So this gray area on a chart is the pre-market area. So again, this gray area is what's pre-market. And again, you can kind of see full market hours is this darker shaded area, and then pre-market is this gray shaded area. A lot of the time companies also choose to release news, earnings, and extended hours. So there's pre-market, which is from 4 a.m. to 9:30, and then there's after hours, which is from 4 p.m. And so, yeah, so after hours is from 4 a.m. to 8. I believe it's 8. I think after hours is over at 8. So it's from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. And so, again, a lot of the time companies choose to report earnings and drop big catalysts and news reports in those periods of time. And so you can get some volatility there. But yeah, options aren't available to trade in extended hours as well. So in pre-market and after hours, you can't trade options either. Yeah, playing earnings. Well, taking a huge position ahead of earnings is usually just a risky thing. Like taking a big monstrous position ahead of it, it's usually like a bad move. It's usually a risky thing. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But Tesla falling back down under 228s. All right, guys. Yeah, so again, this should be fun, man. This is a big day for market activity too. All right, guys. Yeah, so again, guys, we're hanging out, watching Tesla dip down. AMC still over $2 a share, still over 2. All right, guys. So again, Tesla at 227. Sorry, checking out a couple different things. We also did a Twitter poll here. But yeah, man. So we got my son. My son's been doing much better, dude. So a lot of you guys were kind of talking with me about my son. My son's been doing so much better, man. We got my son in a couple different extracurriculars, and he's been having a lot of fun doing it. Again, Tesla's still down. Let's look at NVIDIA, man. And NVIDIA is going to move markets. It's going to influence everything, too. We're at 459 right now for NVIDIA 459s. Hey, good luck, Sky. Yeah, I mean, y'all could gamble on earnings, man. Just remember, like, nobody knows what we're going to get here. Nobody knows if we're going to have good numbers or bad numbers. The biggest mistake people make, guys, and again, I see this mistake all the time, right? Like, I see this mistake all the time. But the biggest mistake people make here is that they take huge gambling positions ahead of earnings. Bro, nobody knows, number one, what the stock is going to do from earnings. And number two, nobody knows what the reaction is going to be. Like the crazy part about earnings is that a company can have good EPS, good sales, you know, good guidance and drop 20%. You know, I'm usually buying it up if it does, but like, that's the reality of it. If it was that easy, listen, I promise you, if it was that easy to make money on earnings, people would just sit around waiting for a company to drop good earnings and then buy it. You know what I mean? And so again, if it's something that like you're taking huge positions ahead of earnings, especially like options are even worse because options are less liquid. You can't get out when you want to get out in pre-market. You got to basically wait until the next day at the opening bell to get out of that option position. Boy, that's a risky bet, man. I'm not trying to get involved with a bet like that. But again, a lot of people take sizable positions ahead of earnings, and they're looking for gambling. Like they're trying to ride that rush. They're trying to get butterflies in their stomach. They're trying to make a whole bunch of money, and I get it. But again, understand what that is. That is pure gambling, okay? Because nobody knows the reaction. Nobody knows what it's going to be. We can guess, coin flip. Yeah, so Mick Fortune says, glad he's okay. That's what's up. A lot of times it's about finding stuff that he enjoys to focus on. 100%. Yeah, and again, it's just about finding his interest, man. I've told my kids a lot, right? So like during the summer, my kids will come up to me and they'll be like, Daddy, I'm bored. Daddy, I'm bored. I'm like, hey, man, look, find something to do. Like when I grew up, like I was like a nerd, you know, like I really was. I was telling my wife about it yesterday. Like I liked Star Wars. I liked Pokemon. You know what I mean? I like video games. Like I was very nerdy. I like Zelda. Okay. Like I was a super nerd growing up. But as I got older, that nerdy stuff evolved to business, right? Like I'm still into nerdy stuff. I'm into the stock market, you know, I'm into a lot of these different things. But now those passions that I had growing up turned to income, You know, like you can monetize your passions with that type of stuff when you get older. And so it's important to develop passions in your kids. You got to make sure they get excited about stuff, because especially with kids with ADHD, like my son, he can hyper focus if he's interested in it. The problem is it's hard to get them interested in it. And so if you could develop passions for your kids where they're interested in productive things, you're setting them up for success, I think. And like, that's what we're trying to do with my kid. Yeah, I saw the Astros. Yeah, Pokemon was fun, man. You know what's crazy, dude, is that I had a Japanese base set Charizard as a kid, bro. I had this specific card too. It's now worth about 7K. Like, bro, I had this card as a freaking kid, dude. I had this card right here. I had this Japanese holographic card right here. I had the same exact card. I can remember it, man. I can remember it. I think I traded it for a regular Charizard when I was young. I traded it for like a regular Charizard. Like, in hindsight, though, that thing was probably dented and bent. Like, I certainly didn't take care of these things, man. I had them in a binder. But the good old days, man. Pokemon. Earnings is a free-for-all, especially if they beat. Can they keep up and beat next time, too? The guidance will have to be off the charts. Yeah, for sure. Hey, all good, Carl. Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate the support, brother. What's up, V? I may or may not be playing MLB. Honestly, bro, I got that Shohei 99 card. It's parallel 4, Shohei 99. I've been having fun with that one. I got Skeens too. I got Roki. I haven't got DeGrom yet. DeGrom's the one I really want, but he's too expensive. My ex house is worth 200,000 more now than when I sold it. Yeah, I mean, that's all good. How much do you think it's good to make per trade? How much percentage from your whole portfolio? Like, account wise, I don't think you should risk more than like 0.25% of your account in any individual trade. I think if you try to make 0.25% every day, you're still going to be doing good. But if you go to the market, if you look at the market, people are going to be telling you can make 10%, 20% a day, or all this ridiculous freaking stuff, man. And it's just not accurate. Like, yeah, you can make 10% a day. You can make 10%, but like, you're not going to be able to consistently do that. And if you try to, you're going to lose your whole account. You know, again, the way I always explain it is in blackjack terms, right? So buying power and how much you're risking is important. Like, again, if you look at the market, mostly people selling you courses are going to pretend like you can get rich and you can make 20K, or you can make 5, 10, 15% in every day trading the market, right? And that's what they're going to sell you on, because they want you to buy their course. The reality of it is nobody's really consistently making 5, 10, 15% every day. And the more people try to do that, the more you try to do that at home, the odds of you destroying your entire account go higher and higher and higher the more you do that, right? And so what you have to understand is, like, anybody can throw some money around and gamble and make 10%. Like, if I really wanted to make 10% today, I probably could. Okay. The problem is that if I continue to do that every day, I'm going to destroy my entire account. And so you might be able to get away with it once or twice by just kind of adding huge sizing to positions and taking huge gambling risks. But what happens a lot of the time, and this is very common in markets too, you'll see it a lot in trading in markets, right? But what's very common is that traders will, like, they'll gamble heavy. And say they make like 5 or 10K, right? Say they make 10K one week, taking huge gambles in the market where they're risking a lot. You know, they say they make 10K. Right? Then anytime anybody asks them moving forward, they're like, hey, how much do you make in the market? They're saying, oh, I make 10K a week. It's like, they don't make 10K a week. They made 10K one time in 1 week, right? And they took huge risks to do it. But now anytime anybody asks them, they're saying, oh, I'm making 10K a week. I'm making 5% a week. Guys, I'm making 20% a week every week. And they sell it on like they're doing that every week. And again, you might be able to get away with it once or twice. Eventually the check's going to come and it's not going to be fun, man. And that's the problem. And that's true not just in stock trading, but that's true in like affiliate marketing. That's true in Amazon FBA. They use sales instead of actual net profit. And they're just trying to sell you a course. Don't be dumb. Like, don't be dumb. All right, let me mute this. And again, we do have NVIDIA earnings today, man. NVIDIA earnings are huge. All right, Tesla bouncing back up, guys. Look at Tesla. All right, so Tesla back up to 228. Yeah, so Tesla up to 20. NVIDIA breaking 460 here, guys. So look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA over 460. Look at this. Yeah. $13 per share on AMC. Is this true or is it BS dividend? I don't know, man. 250 trading days, 25% or 0.25% a day is 62% for the year. Yeah, but I mean, that's not including like losing days. Right. So like you're not going to make the same thing every single day. Like, and I think when you add in maybe like 40% of those days being losses, like that's more of like a reasonable goal for trading, right? Where you're trying to make 20 or 30% a year. And that's elite. Like people don't understand, man. There's a lot of BS floating around in the markets. If you can make 20% in a year, if you can make 30% in a year, you are better than almost everybody else. Right. But for whatever reason, like it gets in retail traders' heads that they got to make 10% a day. You got to make 5% a day. Even 2% a day is freaking crazy. And again, they don't have enough market experience to understand that it's BS, that it's nonsense, that they're just getting sold on something. Be smart. Um, right. So again, looking at some news here. So Nate Chastain getting 3 months in prison for insider trading. He was found guilty on charges of buying and selling NFTs, specifically from different collections he knew would later be featured on his former company's homepage. And so, again, he was an OpenSea exec. He basically knew what NFTs were going to be live and were going to be featured, and he would basically front load into those NFTs, understanding the amount of hype that they were going to get from that, and then profit massively from it. So it's called front loading, basically. It's certainly considered insider trading, I'm sure. And yeah, he is getting 3 months in prison for that. Which is rough. Again, let me know if you guys think that's justified. I kind of understand it. I'm not really for big regulation, but I kind of understand this. And again, let me know what you guys think here. Let me unmute the music for a second here. Hold on 1 second, guys. He'll serve 1 week. Yeah,
And again,
maybe.
let me know what you guys think here.
Let me unmute the music for a second here. Hold on 1 second, guys. Right, so do my clips. That's too little. Honestly, glad it's not more time. I thought something like that would come with a couple years. Yeah, probably based on how much he made or stole. 3 months ain't bad. He'll be all right. Yeah, the big question is, will he? The big question is, will he be restricted from trading again? That's the one that hurts traders. Is like, are they going to restrict him from trading anymore? Like, are they going to say, hey, you can't do this anymore? I think when I make clips, I'm doing this the wrong way. Let me see. Hey, John, you're awesome. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, pool. Yeah, pool is fun. We used to have a pool table that we got rid of it. We had like a nice pool table in my dining room. So we used to have like a really nice pool table in my dining room. It was like a legit one that we had to like hire a company to come get out, like remove. And so the company, it's probably a good business for the company. The company would basically come remove different pool tables. And a lot of the time the people would just give them the pool table if they got it out of there. So they would come remove the pool table and they would get to keep the pool table, which are thousands of dollars. Like, you know, pool tables can run a lot. And so that's probably a pretty good business of like breaking down pool tables the right way and then getting to keep the pool tables while also getting paid to remove it. But yeah, we used to have one. Basically, we got rid of it like 5 years ago. Carol's argument was like, hey, look, you know, I want a formal dining room. I don't want a pool table. Like we're not a frat house. Like, you know, like I want an actual dining room, not a pool table. I was pushing for the pool table though, but yeah, I had to give it up. Tesla's still moving up, still at 228. All right, guys. So again, we do have manufacturing PMI data dropping today, as well as NVIDIA earnings releases, which is just a huge release here today. So yeah, so today we have manufacturing and services PMI data. So $9.45. So PMI data, NVIDIA earnings. Yeah, so we got a bunch of NVIDIA news, man. AMC news is kind of going crazy here. NVIDIA still topping that level here. Here's Tesla. Yeah, so manufacturing and services PMI data at 9:45. So we still got like an hour before this data comes out. I'm trying to see the PMI data. Is this flash PMI data? I think it is. So yeah, so today is S&P Flash US Services PMI. This is a big release too. So it's Flash Services PMI. Got Flash Manufacturing PMI. So yeah, we got some releases today. So yeah, Peloton earnings. Peloton dropped earnings today. Again, we do have flash data. Again, the data is expected. Services PMI is expected at 52.3. It's released monthly. It's based on surveys of over 400 execs and private sector service companies. An index level of 50 is no change. Above 50 signals an improvement in services. Below 50 indicates deterioration in services. And again, that drops at 945. Expectations are a slight improvement at 52.3. We also have manufacturing PMI expected at 49.3. And again, this is the same way, which is that a reading over 50 indicates expanding manufacturing. Below 50 indicates contracting manufacturing. And so that is basically I don't play other stocks, just Tesla and my Polestar. Hey, good luck. Bro, I don't know about NVIDIA. Do you keep some of NVIDIA in your portfolio? Yeah, I mean, I have a diversified in a bunch of them. How do you see the real estate market, John? The real estate market is rough. Interest rates are rising. You know, interest rates went up again this morning. So we had 30-year mortgage rate data coming in today as well, and the mortgage rates came in again. So 30-year rates dropped this morning at 7 a.m. 30-year mortgage rate went up. Last time it came in at 7.16%. This time it came in at 7.31%. So it increased again relative to last week. And so this is fixed 30-year mortgage lending rates for 80% loan to value mortgages according to the MBA. But yeah, so again, 7.31%, another increase. And so again, mortgage rates have just gotten higher and higher and higher. And again, that's really bad. It's a bad look for mortgages. It's a bad look for real estate. Commercial real estate, of course, as you know, has been on a free fall. And yeah, real estate investments are struggling. Yeah, so real estate struggles. They're definitely struggling. Yeah, we're watching Tesla here. We got NVIDIA. We got AMC up there too. AMC at $2. People keep spending money. They're going to keep raising rates. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, again, I know mortgage and real estate professionals are struggling. Again, I'm a licensed real estate agent, and so I don't really do that. Real estate is really something that, like, I don't need to do the business. Like, I don't need the business, right? So I have my real estate license so I can find good discounts and deals. But most of the time when I buy them, I'm paying for cash anyway. I'm not really getting mortgages, and so I'm not really affected by the interest rates like that. As well as again, I'm just the reality of it is, you ask a mortgage guy, or you ask a real estate person, they're always going to say, oh, the market is great, the market is great. Why? Is because they have a direct interest in having the market be great. I don't know. I don't like the real estate market right now. I'm certainly not buying anything right now. Again, what I'm waiting for is prices drop. But if you have cash right now, maybe you can get some good deals, but it's a sketchy market for sure. Commercial has been this. I wouldn't buy a commercial property at all right now. Again, commercial prices have been worse than anything. Look at commercial prices; they've been struggling, man. Does anybody know a good symbol that allows me to look at like real estate this year? What's a good symbol for real estate? I know like Vanguard has a couple good ETFs. But yeah, the market's been a struggle. So yeah, leasing velocity slowed down in commercial real estate during the second quarter. So again, leasing slowed down. Their concerns are rising. Commercial real estate relies on small banks for capital, and less lending is definitely affecting commercial. Delinquency rates for commercial loans have increased since the end of last year. Most real estate sectors, yeah. DRV. Yeah, so again, is this a real estate ETF? No, it's an ETF, so it's hard to see like the true graph of it. Here's a yearly graph. V&Q, yeah, V&Q is the one I'm the most familiar with. The Vanguard one is what this is. Yeah, it was DRV inverse, but yeah, even this starting to weigh lately. Interest rates are rising. That's not that much, life. I wish I paid that much, to be honest. I truly do. I wish I paid that much, man. So what's Tesla doing? Is Tesla still trying to get? Here's NVIDIA. Tesla under 228s. NVIDIA still consolidating, running under the VWAP. I haven't really traded much at all today. We got 30 minutes until the market opens. 30 minutes, and so we got time. But I haven't really been trading a lot today, just because I haven't really found anything that I like a lot. You know, if we look at the SPY here, and I think looking at the SPY is a good tell of like what's going on. Here's a daily chart on the SPY. So again, market had this big dip and then bounced back up a little bit and then pulled back some. It's sitting at 430s, 438s right now, basically flat overnight. And yesterday into the close, we dipped mostly all day yesterday. Really nice trend though. And again, this is why I look at the VWAP, guys. If you don't look at the VWAP, you're missing out, because the VWAP, look at this. Look at every time a stock pulls back to the volume weighted average price. It's never going to be a perfect example, but this is why the VWAP is powerful, is because look, you can identify the trend, downtrend. You can identify that trend pretty easily using the volume weighted average price, and it's one of my favorite indicators. Yeah, the market might be quiet today. Like what we might get today is choppy, quiet action because of NVIDIA earnings this evening, and then we also have some other stuff like today. We got manufacturing and services PMI. Again, tomorrow we've got, again, today we got manufacturing and services PMI. Tomorrow we have, I believe it's like jobless claims and durable goods. And so, yeah, so today, again, we got services PMI. We got new home sales. So again, another tell of real estate is going to be new home sales. So again, last time they came in at 697,000. Right now they're at 705K. But yeah, so tomorrow you get Jackson Hole starting at 8 a.m. We also have durable goods and jobless claims. And then Friday we get, what do we get to Friday? Friday we got Michigan 5-year consumer sentiment expectations, and we get Powell speaking at Jackson Hole Symposium. So all pretty big releases here. Should be very relevant for markets. Yeah, I'm in Texas, so my property tax is very high. Like it's, again, I pay 5 figures in property tax every year. And so Texas is great because it has no income tax, but you know, it comes back. You know, you pay it back with property tax. Again, SPY's still chopping neutrally around these levels, pretty flat. So guys, we're gonna get ready to day trade too. So we're gonna day trade today. We got some economic data dropping today and all that good stuff. And so again, we're gonna get ready to day trade. So we should be pretty close actually to getting funded on another account. And then we're also gonna be trading some of our actual funded account live today. All right, guys. So, yeah, we got some stuff dropping today, guys. It should be fun. We'll see what we get. Manufacturing services PMI drops in about 45 minutes. But again, if you haven't already checked out Top Step, again, we are going to be day trading today. Sorry, I'm trying to check my my date here. We're funded in one. We should be pretty close to getting funded in another one, I think, right? Oh, so close, dude. Yeah, so we're going to be trading again today. Let me get this set up. And then I'm going to run to the restroom real quick. We still got 30 minutes, guys. 30 minutes. Just remember, we might get choppy, volatile days today, guys. So we might get choppiness today. And the reason we might get choppiness is because of NVIDIA earnings being such an influence over markets. You know, NVIDIA earnings dropping today is like a big influence. Here's the Dow. Here's the NQ, which is like really heavily weighted for NVIDIA, for instance, here. And again, here's the NQ number. And then we'll put NVIDIA up on this right side here. I'm going to run to the restroom real quick. But while I'm gone, I want you guys to help me answer this question here. Again, does NVIDIA break $500 this week? NVIDIA break $500 this week? We'll call it bathroom break question. Let me know in chat. List your answer live in chat. I'll be right back. I'm going to go to the restroom. All right, so we're back. We are back here. Let me see what everybody said. Is NVIDIA big $500? No, not this week. I think NVIDIA is 500. I admit I just want to see it, not actually on it. Yeah, I said miss earnings. I would like to short that level. Expecting all companies missing earnings on higher interest rates. I'd be more considered if Apple takes up the S&P. Dow futures seem to be planning a beautiful upward rally. Kentucky. Varen, is that bullish for stocks? NVIDIA will touch 550. Yeah, but I don't know about right now. We'll see. Again, NVIDIA falling down as I say this here. So look at NVIDIA dip. NVIDIA down to 458. AMC still under $2. So, yeah. Again, we do have PMI data dropping. All right, so NASDAQ starting to surge up over 15K again for the NASDAQ E-mini. For the mini NASDAQ here up to over 15K. We'll see if it holds. What time is the earnings release on NVIDIA? So the earnings for NVIDIA specifically drop at 420. Everybody's favorite number, 420. Eastern Standard Time today. We got Snowflake at 405. We got Splunk at 405. We got Autodesk at 4. NetApp at 4. Guess at 415. Tuya at 4. And again, if you haven't already, guys, check out Top Step. We are going to be day trading on Top Step today. We are at the top of the trend line here, and it looks like we want to break upward, but I'm going to short this real quick. The reason I'm shorting this is because I see NVIDIA fall down, and I think this might drag NVIDIA down. And we're at the top of that range. So we're up about 45 bucks. I'm going to go ahead and cut that real quick. So we just locked in a quick little $40 gain on this. And again, that's the reason we did it. And again, this is the NASDAQ. I could see NVIDIA break down and then trade the NASDAQ. And again, in futures, you can day trade and there's no PTT rule. So I could day trade the NASDAQ, S&P, gold, silver, and there's no PTT restrictions. And the easiest way to get exposure to day trading is Top Step. What they do is they give you a demo, they test your skill. Just taking the challenge builds you into a better trader, in my opinion. And if you can pass it, you get a 90% split. They fund you between 50K to 150K with a 90% split, and you get to keep your first 10K in profit. If you lose, you're only out 49 bucks. It limits your risk, but a lot of the rewards are the same. It teaches you how to trade under pressure. And if you're good enough to pass it, again, you can get funded 90% split. And again, they give you a demo, test your skill. Just really useful. They've been around for over a decade. They're a sponsor of mine, and so I'm biased because they pay me money. But again, genuinely useful. If you want to check them out, here is the link. Good way to help support the channel. Yeah, we're going to stream the full NVIDIA earnings for sure. Made 25% yearly. This improved a lot on trading. Partly learned from you. Thanks, man. Thanks, OD. Happy for you, man. Glad you made some money. Yeah, definitely top 3. The dollar is up. Yeah, the dollar is going to move up. The dollar is kind of having a positive correlation with markets lately, hasn't it? So, like, the dollar and the market have moved with each other lately, no? Kind of. I mean, they're both green on the day. The market's green and the SPY is green, which is interesting. And again, we'll see if this holds. But yeah, let me get rid of the bathroom break question. But yeah, we're gonna stream NVIDIA earnings. It's just a big release. All right, look at the NASDAQ pop. NASDAQ over 15K again. Look at this move. Wow. Big pop on NASDAQ, breaking the top of that trend. The SPY breaking up as well. I think we got to look at like Tesla also, because Tesla's moving up, NVIDIA's moving up with it. So the market's looking much better right now. We're not, again, if you guys saw like early in pre-market, we were down on my swing trades. We're still down, but we were down like 120 or something. Now we're only down about 19 bucks on the day on my swing. So that's not bad. Hopefully we'll get some upward movement and get some good action here. Yeah, we got 20 minutes, guys. 20 minutes. Again, we're up to over 15K, for the NASDAQ, still pushing up, testing those highs. And again, we should watch Tesla as well as NVIDIA. NVIDIA bouncing up slightly, but Tesla's been bouncing back from this range. And the good news is that we did buy a little bit of Tesla when it was down here. So we did fix our average a little bit more. We're already up on Tesla. You can kind of see we are up about 150 on the remaining 20 shares. But what we did was we waited for it to bounce up to 240s and we took some profit on it. And then we waited for it to dip and we added some more. And now we're back. We're down 35 bucks on the day, but overall, like you can see, we're up about 150 on this position. So yeah, we'll see if we keep it up. But regardless of anything, we're going to make money on it unless we just get a huge, crazy drop out of nowhere, which hopefully doesn't happen. But of course, anything's possible. I'm also sitting in a lot of these swing trades because I earn dividends next month in September. And so I'm sitting on a lot of these trades with the idea that, you know, I'm just going to earn my divvies from them. And yeah. Again, we do have manufacturing and services PMI data dropping this morning as well. It's going to be in about 45 minutes. It'll break 500 this week. We'll see. I hope you're right. If it breaks 500, it'll drag the rest of the market up with it, to be honest. And so I hope you're right, man. I really do. All right, still moving. Yes, it'll break 500 this week. All right, so we got a little mini pullback here, guys. We'll see if we bounce back up over 15K, but we did get a little mini pullback. And so let me know if you think NVIDIA is going to keep pushing up, if NASDAQ is going to keep pushing up today. Yeah, so NVIDIA. Yeah, NVIDIA's not at 15K. NASDAQ, I meant, is what I meant to say. NASDAQ. The SPY's pushing up with us. AMC, I don't know. We're supposed to have a lot of craziness go on for AMC over the next couple of days. So we're supposed to have like all these different things drop for AMC. And again, I don't know if we're going to, but we're supposed to have the reverse split. We're also supposed to have the reverse split as well as the conversion. So we're supposed to have a 10-to-1 reverse split as well as a conversion for AMC shares, the ape conversion. And so that's the big story. I get it mixed up. So chat, which one's Thursday? Which one's Friday? I think the conversion, the ape conversion is tomorrow on Thursday. And I think the reverse split is Friday, if I remember correctly for AMC, but I might be wrong and I'm not sure. And so again, I could very easily be wrong. I'm really not sure there. Let me know what you guys think. But yeah. Again, we do have manufacturing and services PMI dropping in exactly 30 minutes here. Exactly 30 minutes. And put the timer up so I don't forget, so you guys can see what we got going on as well. But yeah, should be big. We got about exactly 30 minutes. So we got 30 minutes here, guys. 30 minutes until this data drops. It should move markets a little bit at least. Thursday is AMC, Friday is ape. Got you. Or wait. Now I'm really confused. Thursday is AMC. Thursday is what regarding AMC? Friday is ape. Monday is reverse split. Okay. Again, SPY over 439s, over the volume weighted average price. And so this is strong short term on markets here. And again, we'll see if we keep this push up, but it looks okay short term. AMC, then ape, then split. Okay, so Thursday they convert AMC, Friday they convert ape, and then Monday they split. Is that right? It's a 10-to-1 reverse split. It's going to take place August 24th. So this is tomorrow. So again, August 24th is tomorrow. So tomorrow is supposed to take place, the 10-to-1 reverse stock split. On August 25th, which is Friday, ape will be converted to common stock. And so Friday, ape conversion. Tomorrow is the reverse split, is what I'm showing here. And again, I might be wrong there, but I don't think I am. And this is according to Reuters. So let me look up some other places here. Last trading day for ape shares will be Thursday, the same day AMC is also carrying out a 1-for-10 reverse stock split. So yeah, Thursday is the reverse split. Friday is the ape conversion. Is what it is. That's what I'm saying. Two different sources confirm that. And so again, it could be wrong, but I don't think it is. But yeah. Again, we'll see. But that's what I'm showing right now. A reverse split is not as good as a regular split. Well, a regular split reduces the price of shares. So a regular split does as the name suggests, which is split a share into smaller pieces so that they're more affordable. And there's a bunch of other reasons, but like for instance, if it's a 1-to-2 split or 1-to-2 split or whatever, then they're going to take one share. Say the stock is $500. After the 1-to-2 split, they're going to split that one share into 2 shares, and they're going to reduce the float by the equivalent amount. So if you got a $500 stock and it does a 1-to-2 split, then you're taking one share and making it 2, right? So that instead of having one share worth $500, you're now going to have 2 shares worth $250 each, right? So that's a 1-to-2 split. A reverse split is the opposite. So a reverse split is when they consolidate shares to make it more expensive. And so what's going to happen with AMC is that they're going to take shares and it's going to be 10x the price currently. It's not going to be actual strength because usually reverse splits are kind of a desperate move, but that's what it is, which is that they're going to take one share of AMC and they're going to multiply it times 10. So if you had one share of AMC, you're now going to have 10 shares of AMC at a much, if you had 10 shares of AMC, you're now going to have one share of AMC at a much larger price, if that makes sense. And so that's the difference there in what splits mean. In the long run, I don't think any kind of splits make a difference in any way. It does kind of show company growth. Well, splits are useful because it allows traders to buy. Like Tesla used to be way more expensive. Now it's more affordable. So it allows traders to buy it a little bit cheaper, if that makes sense, right? So it allows traders to buy it a little bit cheaper. So there's going to have some influence there, but it's not going to be like a huge influence, All right, guys. Yeah, we can do the earnings today, man. And again, what a day for earnings. Mostly red earnings this morning. A lot of red for earnings today. Specifically, like we did drop some earnings today. We had Advanced Auto Parts miss EPS, beat revenue. We had Peloton miss EPS beat revenue. We had Kohl's beat EPS beat revenue. We had Foot Locker miss EPS and miss revenue. We had ADI miss EPS miss revenue. We had Bath and Body Works beat EPS miss revenue. We had Williams Sonoma beat EPS miss revenue. We had Abercrombie beat EPS and beat rev. We had Dicom beat EPS beat rev. We had Lancaster miss EPS and miss revenue, and then YMM beat EPS beat rev, and then NMM beat EPS beat rev. So these are the earnings today. Yeah, and again, all right, so yeah, we had Kohl's and all right, so again, we got a little dip here on the NASDAQ. We still got 9 minutes. I'm going to buy this little dip with one contract at the NASDAQ here and then maybe add to it. Since we already have a cushion on the day, I might add some to this trade. Again, I don't have to, but I'm thinking about it. So again, we bought this. We're going to add a little bit more to this, and then we're just not going to add any more. And so we're going to give it time. We already got a cushion on the day, so we're taking a little swing in pre-market. And if we start to break down too much, we'll just sell. Sorry, I'm trying to type up something business-wise. And pretty close to cutting this one. It's just dropping a little bit too much. Got a little bit of a retracement. We're bouncing back up a little bit. Close to flat. Abercrombie, man, what does Abercrombie even do now? If you want to see a list of the earnings I dropped today, I'll post it. But yeah, we're pretty flat in this trade so far. Nothing too crazy yet. Under $100 in losses right now. Again, SPY pulling back to the VWAP here, so we could arguably get a bounce. I could add some more to this one, and I think it's justifiable. I'm already up thousands in this account, and so I have some cushion. I also don't want like a flush. All right, so we'll add one more position to this, and then we'll keep it very tight. I also don't want it to crack lows and stop me out real quick, which it could. Watching Nvidia pretty closely and Tesla as well, because they're going to have like a heavier influence on this, but very close to cutting this. Seven minutes we open. I think that the SPY might actually bounce at that VWAP level, which is pretty close. All right, now we're basically flat. All right, now we're green. Let's give it time to work, see if we can push up some more. There we go. Hey. All right, we just took 2/3 of the position off, and now we are up about another 100 or so in this half. All right, so we just took that off. Again, patience worked out there. We thought we might get a bounce. We might have added a little bit too much size there, but we got a nice little cushion on the day now, so that's cool. Yeah, we're up a couple hundred on the day heading into the cushion. I can smell the Abercrombie store. Yeah, you go into Abercrombie, it's like you got like shirtless dudes on the wall and cologne everywhere, and a lot of these young kids don't remember that day, bro. And again, I wore Abercrombie because like everybody wore Abercrombie back in the day, but like I could still laugh at the stores. You know, Tesla starting to move back up. It's at 270 or 228. Right, again, Tesla moving back up. We got 5 minutes, guys. 5 minutes. Again, we do have manufacturing and services PMI data coming out. Yeah. All right, guys. NASDAQ pushing up even more. Again, what we got right now, if you look at the SPY here, we got a VWAP bounce is what this was. Like a very obvious VWAP bounce. Like, look at the SPY. So we pulled exactly down to the VWAP. Exactly down to the VWAP. And bounced directly off of that level here. We broke over it. We pulled back to it. We bounced. It's called a VWAP bounce. Can work really well. There's the NASDAQ rip. Again, we still got 5 minutes before these numbers drop. 4 minutes. That storm made me mad uncomfortable. Honestly, I just got uncomfortable. Like, if there's a good Netflix documentary on it, bro, and it's just interesting how they operated. Again, one of the reasons I refuse to invest in fashion brands is because of companies like Abercrombie and American Eagle, right? Like 15 years ago, they were in their heyday, man. They were just killing it, making so much money. Now they're really struggling because fashion brands generally don't hold. Like, they don't stay popular for a long time. Even like luxury fashion, right? Like, dude, like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, Dolce and Gabbana was freaking huge. Gucci was ridiculously large. You know what I mean? And like just 5 years later, not really that many people are. I mean, listen, don't get me wrong. Dolce and Gabbana and Gucci are still huge brands, right? But it fluctuates so much that I think it's risky investments. I think there's a risky investment. So I avoid fashion brands just because even if a fashion brand is doing well now, who's to say, like, what's to say they're not going to like lose popularity in the next decade or so? And so because of that, I just don't invest in fashion because there's just there's too many variables there for me to like, and for me to think they're necessarily consistent with, with gains over time. All right, guys, we got 3 minutes, 3 minutes. Do me a favor, bump that like button if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell. We appreciate it. All right, so look at the SPY rip, NASDAQ ripping, Tesla ripping, NVIDIA ripping. I don't know if you call it a rip, but they're moving up. NVIDIA, Tesla, they're both up. NVIDIA up to 458.30s, 458.30s, still pushing. Again, we got a little bit of a cushion on the day, small cushion. NVIDIA bounced right at the previous closing price. And again, if you're not watching the previous close, you're missing out. And I'll show you why you're missing out if you're not watching the previous close and the VWAP here. These two levels are incredibly powerful and influential. People underestimate it. Look at the previous closing price here, bounce. Look at the previous closing price here. What do we get? Bounce. Okay, now that's the previous closing price. Look at the VWAP now. What do we get? Rejection. What do we get? Rejection off of the VWAP. What do we get? Rejection off the VWAP. Down to the previous closing price, bounce. Rejection off the VWAP. Rejection off the VWAP. Down to the previous closing price. I look like John Madden over here. But the point remains is that it's an influential level. Like, technical levels are levels that you want to pay attention to only if other people are watching them. And a lot of people watch the VWAP. A lot of people watch the previous closing price. And so that makes them influential. So pay attention to them. All right, guys, we got about a minute left. Make sure you hit the live button next to the play button to make sure you're fully caught up on stream. We are going to throw this thing in sub-only mode. Again, NVIDIA at 458.50s. We're over 15K now. Over 15K on the NASDAQ. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Yeah, so we're going to throw it in sub-only mode. So everybody announce yourself. Show us that you're subscribed. We appreciate it, guys. Everybody announce yourself. Show us that you're subbed. We certainly appreciate it. We asked people if Tesla bounced back. Some people voted yes, others no. Got a little dip here. Here's the opening bell, guys. 10 seconds. 10 seconds until the open. Hey, thank you, Jay. No need to count down the open. No, I do what I want. I'll take target at $8. All right, there's the opening bell. Again, NVIDIA up to 460s. So NVIDIA rising up. Look, NVIDIA's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green candles heading into the opening bell. The NASDAQ consolidating down. AMC testing $2 again. NVIDIA trying to bounce back up. And then now we're getting some negative weak action in the NASDAQ. Watching NVIDIA. We also got to watch Tesla because Tesla's been very volatile in pre. And Tesla's shooting up to 230s right now. So a big move on Tesla. What a rip. Tesla flying. I'm going to go ahead and take a little piece of, like, we added some back to Tesla this morning. I'm going to go in and unload just a small piece of that now too. Yeah, definitely top 3. Look at the NASDAQ pop. Look at NVIDIA rip too. Yeah, look at the SPY rip. Look at Tesla here. So there's NVIDIA on the right. Here's Tesla. Tesla all the way back to basically green on the day, filled that entire gap. And we added right at the bottom of that too. So we're actually really green this morning. Also, Apple is another one we're actually pretty decently green on. And a lot of stuff starting to bounce back. Man, look at the NASDAQ fly. Look at AMC back up too. AMC up to 204. So we're green on that one this morning at least. Look at the NASDAQ pop. Apple. Still green. We're just going to sit on Apple, I think, because we can. Man, NASDAQ popped up big. Again, I'm letting things settle down first. Again, we do have manufacturing and services PMI dropping in about 12 or 13 minutes. Just keeping an eye on everything else. AMC up, Tesla up, NASDAQ up. I might buy this little pullback, but I got to wait until we get a large enough one. All right, so there's the pullback. Oof. What a drop. I'm going to add a little bit to this, but it's risky. All right, we took half off of that just because we had to, but man, what a risky trade. We can laugh at it now, but hey, we limited our risk there for sure. Look at Tesla dip. We're down $60 on the rest. I'm going to give it time though. But we're getting some turnarounds here. Whew. Now we're back to green on it, man. What a freaking day. All right, we're gonna go ahead and cut that because we have to because it's so crazy. But we're up about 250 on the day, man. But what a crazy move. Somehow we came on the positive end of that, but I think it was risky. AMC is having their reverse split tomorrow. Smokies, they're having their reverse split tomorrow, as well as Friday they're having their ape conversion. That's what's going on with AMC. So reverse split tomorrow, Friday, ape conversion. Apple's still surging up. It looks good. Yeah, I bought that option that's not doing great on Roblox, man. Roblox I thought would be stronger than it has been. But, man, look at this price action, guys. Y'all just be careful here, man. I kind of want to buy this, but I think it's risky too. And we have a decent cushion on the day that we can add into this position here. There's 2 contracts on the NASDAQ. All right, we just made about $300, but in about 10 seconds is what we made that on. You can see we're up about 450 right now. We got about a 7-to-1 win-loss ratio. But we got the cushion we want. Roblox starting to head back up. That's nice. NVIDIA red. Yeah, NVIDIA up to 460s. Again, Apple up to 179s. NVIDIA starting to bounce back. Apple surging up, breaking highs. NVIDIA numbers are going to influence the market a lot today, guys, so just be wary of that. Be understanding of that. Man, look at AMC back up. 210s now. The market's bouncing back too, though. Exxon's falling down though, but everything else is up. We're up a lot on our swings. Again, here's our swing trades today. We went from being down like 100 and something this morning. We went from being down like 100 and something this morning to being up about 150 on the day right now on our swings. Here's our swings. So we're up about 146 so far. And again, this could change in a heartbeat. Look how choppy the market is. This is probably because NVIDIA earnings are coming out today. Yeah, my son said Roblox was my son said, basically, this was a long time ago. But when Roblox was about $80 a share, I asked my son, and my son was 8 at the time. I said, hey, Jack, because he plays Roblox. I said, where do you think Roblox is going to be in a couple years? And he said that he thought Roblox would still be around, but it was going to be about half the price. And so in a couple years later, it was exactly where he said it, like $40. But he got lucky, of course. Definitely one of the top 3 child prodigy traders ever, but definitely a certain degree of luck there. But he did good, man. He was right about it, which goes to show you trade what you know. Mixtape coming soon. But no, you trade what you know. And so there's a lot of famous quotes about sticking to what you know in the market, and it's important to. You invest in what you know about. Don't buy a bunch of stuff you don't know about, because that's where you get in trouble. All right, so again, this is too choppy for me, although I do see Tesla's rise looking good. So Tesla's rise is interesting for sure. NVIDIA is looking actually kind of weak relative to everything else. Tesla's going up. Again, we got manufacturing and PMI data in about 7 minutes, though, guys. 7 minutes. Nice. Yeah, now we're up over 200 today. I don't know on what. I think it's an accumulation of everything. Yeah, so again, here's the swings that we have on our portfolio today. We're up about $208 now, about 212. When I look up about 208. So yeah, a little swingy day. But again, I mean, just again, to put it into perspective though, guys, this is a $60,000 portfolio where I've got like the amount of buying power I have currently is about 150K in buying power is what they're giving me right now. And so we're going to make fluctuations of a couple $100 day in and day out, at least, in this account. And that's just kind of the nature of the market. And so I'm not bragging about this because I certainly have losing days as well. And some of these trades are losses, but they're just kind of bouncing back. But so again, just to put it into perspective. Honestly, talking to kids about the value of games is a good way to know. Yeah, for sure. It's a great way. All right, we got a little triangle-like pattern here, but I don't trust this at all. There's too many wicks. Like, look at all the wicks right now in the NASDAQ. NVIDIA earnings are kind of what, NVIDIA earnings are what's causing this choppy neutral action. Like, nobody knows what to do here. It's NVIDIA earnings are going to be scaring people. All right, AMC dipping down to 205. Tesla testing that low. Again, we've already scaled out of so much of Tesla that it doesn't really matter too much. But again, PMI data at 9:45. Market's falling down. So just remember, at 9:45 we have a data release. At 9:45 we do have a data release, team. So y'all be reary. Got a little dip here, little dip. Tesla under the VWAP though. All right, NASDAQ's coming down. This looks weak, but again, with PMI data dropping in 5 minutes exactly, anything could happen here. So like this looks like a weak pattern right now. We're testing the bottom of a range, and if we get a bounce up, we might short. All right, we got one contract here, but this is just, even this is a risky position. I thought this looked weak. And And we're out. But yeah, this is just going wildly against this. Luckily, we're up about 600 on the day, and I'll give it one more second. But dumb trade by me, just not a smart trade. Somehow we got out of that unscathed for the most part. And we actually profited here. Wow. All right, so we got out ahead here, guys. We're up 500 on the day. But man. All right, another short here. I'm going to short this again, but the goal is to get out before PMI data comes out. Very choppy wiki price action. Y'all just be careful. We're up about 5 on the day. I'd love to see a breakdown drop. Again, I thought the pattern looks weak. We're testing the bottom of the range, which is usually not a good sign. All right, PMI data in 5 minutes. All right, just made another $100 or so on the day. Yeah, well, PMI data, it's a kind of a weird market where we don't know what we want to get. Like, greater manufacturing is good for economic growth, but also bad for inflation issues sometimes, and vice versa. Less economic data as well, it could be considered bad for economics or for economic stuff. It could also be good for inflation. And so, yeah, it varies. I'm going to, again, end this trade because we have 4 minutes, 3 minutes until this data drops. And so I'm not trying to take a massive position. We've already built up a really nice cushion on the day here. And again, this stuff drops. We got about 600 in profit. And this data is dropping very soon as well. So y'all be careful. We got the data dropping pretty soon. That might influence everything. This looks very weak too. So I'm going to short it, even though I'm kind of going against what I tell people. All right, we're just going to cut out of that one too. So we just made another $50, up about 650 on the day, 630. Again, we get another little pop up. We can take a quick little scalp. But again, the plan is to get out before this data drops. And there's a little pop up. It's kind of like picking pennies up in front of a train track. Like you might get away with it sometimes. You can also get caught sometimes too. All right, again, we're green. We're green again. I'd love to see a further breakdown here, but if we break the top of this candle, I also have to cut it like that. All right, so yeah, we're still up 550 or so on the day. That'll be it for my trading ahead of, again, here's my graph. We got about a 3-to-1 win-loss ratio, but yeah, we're up about 527 or so now, which is still very good. Tesla popping back up over the previous close. Again, here goes the data right here. Also, make sure you hit the live button next to the play button to make sure you're fully caught up on stream as well, team. I'm entertained. Good morning. Hey, we got a minute and a half, guys. A minute and a half left. Again, we got flash and services PMI data. All right, so here goes the data release, guys. Data release in 45 seconds, 45 seconds. And so here's the breakdown, guys. Again, 30 seconds, 30 seconds. We got all our sources up. We are ready for this data release. Again, we have NVIDIA numbers. Again, expectations for services PMI are 52.3. We got all this data up. Let's see what it shows. First data release we've had in a minute, too. It's been kind of slow for data. All right, here's the report right here, guys. Here's the report right here. All right, there we go. 47 for manufacturing PMI, under expected numbers. Services PMI came in at 51 versus 52.3. 51 versus 52.3. Manufacturing PMI came in at 47 versus 49, and S&P Global Composite PMI came in at 50.4. Everything came in under expected for manufacturing, and the market is flying up on this. So again, the market is interpreting this as a positive because of inflationary fears, right? So inflation fears are causing the market to want less economic growth, and that's exactly what we're getting here because, again, today, guys, we had under expected numbers for manufacturing. So we saw less growth in manufacturing and services, and the market's reacting positively to this because, I guess, of inflation fears. And this is shooting up our portfolio today as well, which is nice. You know, not going to lie. Again, Apple breaking up, testing highs here. Target is 2. But yeah, this data all came in positive. We'll drop the number up on screen. All came in negative, under expected. So again, the global composite flash PMI data came in at 47. All right, so here's the manufacturing and services PMI data. You're going to put all this up on screen. But all of it came in under expected. The market mostly reacted positively to this. Like they wanted lesser data here, I guess, but they're starting to contract right now. Here's the data release right there on screen. You can see it right below me. Yeah, definitely top 3. Well, no, lately there hasn't been any data releases. Like it's been pretty slow. You can see it in my numbers. Like we're an economic release channel. So like we get good numbers whenever economic stuff comes out. And like we just haven't had much dropping over the last couple weeks. Like last week we had the FOMC minutes report and we had thousands of people here. We got like 15,000 views total. But since then, it's basically been quiet. We haven't had any big earnings. We haven't had any big stuff dropping. The market has been mostly sideways and low liquidity. But man, Apple ripping up, breaking highs. Let me go ahead and take a little bit more off here because I can. But I'm going to sit on the rest. Good day for me, though. Again, we're green. We're up about 260 on our swings today. Yeah. Yeah, I told you we report this data fast, guys. So again, if you haven't already subscribed, like we cover the data faster than most people, regardless of what they say. They're going to act like they do it, but we cover it faster, to be honest. Y'all know that. And if you haven't already, again, subscribe. We definitely appreciate it. Check out our sponsor, Top Step. Top Step is a sponsor of mine. It's really useful because it allows traders to day trade. You can see we're up about 550 on the day. Look at this huge increase. So we're up about 550 on the day, and this is on Top Step. So Top Step, what they do is they give you a demo and they test your skill. It's $49 for the base one. You can get a 150K demo if you want, which is a little bit more expensive, but the base one's 50K, and they're going to give you a profit target. Base one, the 50K profit target is $3,000 in profit, and you basically can't lose $2,000. So it's a reasonable 2 to 3 ratio. And if you pass it, they fund you with a 90% between 50K to 150K in funding with a 90% split. You get to keep your first 10K as well. And so the reward is the same as putting up the money yourself, essentially minus 10%. The risks are noticeably lower. You're only risking $49 to be in this challenge. And regardless of whether you pass it or fail it, it builds your skill. And in futures, you can day trade the NASDAQ. You can day trade the S&P 500. I've been day trading the NASDAQ today, which looks a lot like Tesla, looks a lot like NVIDIA, has very similar patterns, but ultimately just easier to trade. And again, if you want to check out that link, they are a sponsor. I'm biased in their favor. A great way to help support the channel as well. Again, the NASDAQ surging up some. I'm not going to buy this dip yet because Tesla's right around the previous closing price, and that might act as like a big resistance level there too. So I'm not going to buy that dip yet. Not yet. All right, so we got a little pullback here. What a crazy day, man. And again, it might be a day which we got to be patient and wait. We got a little dip. I'm going to buy this, although it's risky. All right, just made about $40 real quick. Up about 6 on the day. It's the Donald Duck song. Hey. All right, so we got a little dip. Look at Tesla pullback. So the question is, does Tesla make another test? Pun intended. Will Tesla continue to test the top of the range here? I don't know. Hey, what's up, Jose? Gold? What's gold doing? AMC still a struggle. Gold surging up too. Hey, that's nice. I'm in gold. You always love to see gold pushing. I'd love for Roblox to go back up. I can't think. I'm not sure when my option expires here. So it expires October. So we still got months. And so I'm gonna sit on that option. I think we still got a lot of time there. Target pushing up looks good. Today have the Fed meeting. No, there's no Fed meeting today. Or there might be some Fed speakers, but there's no actual like Fed meeting. You know, there's no actual like FOMC meeting today. We might have some Fed speakers. So let me see what we got. Remember, guys, we also have what is it today? We also have new home sales data dropping. Expectations are for 705. That drops in about 9 minutes. But in terms of, we don't have any FOMC speakers today. Tomorrow we have the Jackson Hole Economic Symposium starting, but that's tomorrow. And Powell's actually not speaking until Friday. At around 10 a.m. is when Powell speaks. Again, the Nasdaq still popping up, breaking highs again. So I could have stayed on that trade a little bit and continue to long it, but yeah. Does Walgreens pay a divvy? Because I'm in Walgreens. I've been in it for a while. 48-cent divvy. Let's see when the last time they paid it. Okay, so I get it September, and we will get it, so that's nice. So we're just gonna sit and wait for that. Again, look at the Nasdaq up over 15K. Look at Tesla at 232s. Look at gold rip it up. We can also put AMC, but man, markets are looking good. Nvidia is starting to rebound back up. So look at Nvidia back up to almost 460. And again, that brings back the argument of like, will Nvidia hit $500 this week? I don't know. Yeah, Nvidia's is today. So Nvidia's is today. And we will be streaming that live, of course, like we always do. But yeah, NVIDIA earnings are today. They are this morning, or they are this afternoon, and we will be streaming that live again, like we always do. Yeah, Tesla surging back up some as well. Looks good. My Exxon trade reversed on me. Do they pay a dividend? I think they do. My average is 106, so we're right about break even. Let me see what the Exxon is. Also, guys, if you haven't already, check out Chart Prime. Like Chart Prime, another one of my sponsors. And again, people think I'm just kind of spamming stuff, but this is the second or third plug we've done all day in about 3 or 4 hours. And Chart Prime, like I only accept sponsors that are actually useful. And so again, if you look at what Chart Prime does, Chart Prime gives you custom trading view signals and alerts, and they're incredibly powerful. They're incredibly powerful. So again, like look at this, right? So just tally up how many times this is a shorter term one, right? So I use this one on a 1 minute chart. This one's called the Market Oracle Pro, right? So Pro is shorter term, but like look at just look at how much they were right versus wrong. And again, I can't guarantee you're gonna make money. Nobody can. But like look, buy signal here. Look at the buy signal right here. Look at the huge bounce you get afterwards. Sell signal here. Nice breakdown, short term. Buy signal here. Nice rip up, short term. Sell signal here. Nice drop. And so again, I can't fake that. I can't fake what I'm showing you. This is the shorter term one. And this is just a small piece of what they offer. There's also more stuff. Like, look, if I put it on a 5 minute chart and I put up the Market Oracle Pro or the Market Oracle, the regular Market Oracle, that's really my favorite one because that's the one where, and again, here's a 5 minute chart just so you can see. Here's a 5 minute chart so you can see the Market Oracle Pro on 2 different time frames. Sell signal here, nice drops over hours. Buy signal here, bounce. And again, what I always tell people is my favorite signal is the Market Oracle, where you get a reversal up signal and a bullish engulfing candle at the same time. Within like 5 to 20 minutes of each other. Incredibly accurate in my opinion. I can't guarantee it's going to work, but incredible accuracy. And again, this is all $40 a month. There's so much other stuff that they offer. Like I can look at market dynamics, chart patterns, oscillators, smart money concepts. There's just so much stuff that they offer for $40 a month. Like you can see patterns. Again, very cheap, really useful. And again, they are a sponsor of mine, but just powerful, in my opinion, just powerful. And again, if you want to check them out, I'll put this link up. You can also see the link right there if you want to check it out and get 40% off. You can. And again, I'll put this link up. Great way to help support the channel. Again, this is like my third plug of the day. So here's the link if you check it out. And we got Tesla pulling back here. The question is, does Tesla hold this bounce? I don't know if it does or not. Again, we put the PMI data here. Here's PMI. PMI data came in light and the market loved it, which is an interesting dynamic in the market. What that means is the market's fearing inflation. You know, like you get inflation fearing markets, you have recession fearing markets. But when markets react positively to less economic growth, that generally means the market is fearing inflation, right? If the market acts more true to convention with like a positive reaction to more economic growth, that means the market's more so fearing recessions and stuff like that. And that's more so back to convention. Tesla popping back up again. More moves back up. I fear red candles. Well, all traders do to a certain extent. Look at the SPY and NASDAQ rip up here. We also have new home sales data dropping in like 3 or 4 minutes here as well. So new home sales data drops in like 3 or 4 minutes. We'll see what that shows up as. But we do have that coming out today too. Again, we got Jackson Hole. We got Jackson Hole speaking. Again, we got to pop up on the NASDAQ here, pop up on the NASDAQ. Huge rip. Tesla moving back up. Look at NVIDIA, guys. NVIDIA is still under 460, but it's been on a slight rebound. Like we're right around flat relative to where the opening bell was for this. So we're pretty much flat relative to the opening bell here today. Yeah, I fear red candles. I love red candles. Yeah, shorters are going to love red candles. I haven't looked at Meta in a minute, man. What's Meta looking like? How's Meta been doing in all this craziness over the last couple weeks? Meta flying up today, almost at 293s. Apple still up a lot. Tesla's still doing pretty good, but we've already scaled mostly out of Tesla as well. My Microsoft trade's actually doing really nice as well. We're in Microsoft too. But I'm holding a lot of these for their dividend payments next month, if I'm being honest. All right, huge pumps up on the NASDAQ. All right, got a little bit of a dip in everything else here, guys. So a little bit of a pullback. And again, we're probably going to get ready to close the stream out, guys. So we're probably going to get ready to close the stream. So again, remember, if you haven't already, subscribe, hit the notification bell. We will be back streaming the entire NVIDIA earnings call. We also have Snow and a bunch of other earnings. The entire earnings call will be streamed live right here. The full earnings report, and we cover it quick. We get thousands of people here. We'll have thousands of people later on for this NVIDIA earnings call, and we're going to stream the entire call as well as the entire earnings report reaction, all that good stuff starting early. And so be back. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Again, check out Top Step if you want to help support the channel. Great way to help support the channel. Really is the easiest way. Like if you want to day trade, do not put the money up yourself. Like you'll probably lose regardless of where you go if you're new, but it's going to be so much cheaper to lose a Top Step account. You're going to get the same type of pressure you're going to get with a real account. If you're good enough to pass it, you still get 90% split after funding anyway, but you just have so much less risk. It just makes so much more sense if you're learning to day trade. Learn to day trade the SPY. Patterns are very similar to the S&P, and you can day trade the E-mini and futures, which is the SPY basically. You can day trade the NASDAQ currencies. Check them out. Again, they are a sponsor of mine. Great way to help support the channel. PMI data came out. And again, we will be back later on. Y'all be safe. Be good. Love you all. Y'all be good. We'll be back later. And yeah, I'll see you guys then.